wife, Trish.
Hello.
And Rocky.
Rocky.
Look at that. He's got
Hey, Rocky.
What's up? With him, but the reality is he's been on a big event. He's been to some big events before, so
it's catching up to him.
Yeah, so we're working out the sound and stuff there. Just a couple little bit of announcements coming up. We moved our air medical class. Well, we didn't move it. We just gonna be doing the normal one that we do. Hold on.
You have speakers on here?
Do I have speakers on here?
Is that turned down?
I believe so. Hold on, because I think
mine I don't have Facebook on.
I think if you're on the bottom there, babe.
What?
On the bottom of your computer there.
Well, hers is off, so it must be this, but I don't know how to do it.
All right, we got it. Just turn it.
We're working on it.
Where's your volume?
As a Facebook Live.
It's already off.
No, this is an Apple. Yeah, so it'll do that. It won't go completely mute.
Yeah.
And unless you have the adapter to plug it out, then it don't. Okay.
All right. Yeah, but it's down.
Better.
It's down. Ooh,
that sounds better.
Me going,
sorry about that.
What?
Sorry, Facebook.
No, it went down.
Oh well.
So the October class, what's the dates, babe?
The 25th through the 30th.
25th through the 30th. Remember, like, we try to get probably the 1st of October. We're going to be getting stuff out to you. About 30 days worth of work that we need you to do before you come. This is a legit class.
Yeah,
it's not
definitely
like,
you gotta go through that stuff.
Yeah, being at the fire department, you go through a lot of classes. You just kind of just show up, you get a participation ribbon.
This is not that class.
It's not one of those.
It is not. No.
Not one of those. And we'll talk a little bit about what's going on Monday at part of the show today. So we took that announcement.
Nice.
On there. And then again, the dates are, babe.
October 25th through the 30th.
There you go.
And our difficult airway class is the 25th.
The 25th.
Nice. Very nice.
Awesome. Any other announcements we want for people? We're updating a lot of the dates on the website, so be patient with us.
We do have the Wine and Research July 15th.
Yes.
If you don't feel like coming to redo your AHA, you can hang out for my birthday.
Yeah, I get some CUs.
That's why I'm coming.
We'll see what happens.
Without him, he'll be at work.
Yeah. You got the doc on there? Hello, Dr. Apple.
Yeah.
Oh,
there he is.
So handsome. Even over the phone.
Hi.
Hello.
You are loved.
Hello.
So, we've been waiting to do an episode with Doc, and this is not going to be his full episode. So this is just going to be a little snippet about what's been going on for the last couple weeks and whatever he's able to fill us in on and not able, obviously. So what's been going on, Doc?
Dr. Abo.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, can you hear us?
Now I hear you. Before it just sounded like you guys were down the hallway.
Oh, we're just wondering if you can fill us in, whatever you're able to say or not say.
What you've been doing.
Fill you in on what?
The last couple of weeks, what you've been going on, the incident.
Yeah, I'll fill in what I can because everything's kind of fresh and we're dealing with the media and everything.
Yeah. him again.
Yep. You
You
there?
there?
Yeah.
I'm here.
All
All
right.
right,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
We got you. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Oh, go now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One,
Oh, I thought
two,
you guys were
three.
gonna like record and then like or ask. I don't know.
Nah.
Anyway,
You're live, baby.
Yeah, we're
You're
live.
live.
We're live. Facebook Live.
oh, all right. Well,
Good to know.
very good to know. I'm pretty, as you can tell, I'm pretty exhausted. Um, we've been operating for 2 weeks now, and we just converted over last night officially after a memorial service at 7 p.m. last night. Now we're officially in recovery mode. Getting through accounting for those that are unaccounted for, as well as see if there's anybody else that wasn't known to be missing. Basically, it's 24/7 backbreaking. I mean, this is like a disaster and wilderness austere medicine mega code. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of loss. We're dealing with mental health. We're dealing with heat and heat stroke, heat exhaustion, dehydration, tornadoes, hurricanes, pandemic, keeping everybody safe, dealing with that. Um, Food care, water purification, air quality, human remains, working dogs, canine care, traumatic injuries, unstable ground, even trench foot when things started. So it's been pretty dynamic the whole time. And to be honest, the only thing that's been consistent is inconsistency.
Yeah. That
And I
sounds like it.
don't mean that in terms of lack of response. I mean everything is always dynamic. You
Yeah.
have to
Yeah. Like any event, you know.
you have to be more than just head on a swivel at 360. You're thinking three dimensional. The contours, the ground changes, the hazards are always changing. There's things above you, there's things under you, and all around. The elements change. And to do everything with skill as well as cultural sensitivity as always, too, given the dynamic of what's been going on.
You know,
So,
you've been on a lot of
so
deployments, Doc.
what's that, bud?
You said you've been on a lot of deployments. You know, kind of, different parts of the world
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
been tough. I essentially, for me, I got there the morning of, uh, with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue as we were getting ready to start spinning up the urban search and rescue officially. Ultimately, we called in all the state teams. Florida 2, I'm with Florida 1. Florida 2 is there pretty quickly to help spin up. And then we started with the other state teams. But to protect the state for the incoming hurricane, we then brought in federal teams. What a lot of people don't realize is we have to protect our own state first. We can't just say, oh, let New Jersey cover the rest of the state because we're already busy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's so much that goes into it politically and asset wise. But we've been working 24/7, switching off Alpha and Bravo in terms of did we need to do to get through and try and search for people, with the hazards. Oh, those are other hazards I didn't even mention. We had fires, we had toxic fumes, we had flooding. Um,
Wow.
so
What?
it's
What did
been
he say?
it's been busy.
Oh, got it.
Doc, if to back you up a little bit, what were you doing in the morning when the call came out? Where were you supposed to be that day?
What was I doing? What?
Before the call came out, what was your plans originally?
Man, so when I get up in the morning, I just walked Otis. I was actually getting ready to drive to Sarasota to do some things for the fire department up there and visit the Big Cat Sanctuary to get some photos for a lecture I was supposed to give the next week at Special Operations Medical Association conference. So I was right here in my house and talking back and forth with the USART chief, and it was just like any normal day. I got up, made my coffee, walked the dog, but I never got to drink my coffee because I was on the road.
Wow. And the call came in by what time for you?
For me, it was about 7:30 ish. I started talking with the USAR chief. Am I needed? Am I not? Should I get north? Should I wait and see? And then I decided it was so important for me to be with my team and the potential of activating and be there to look out for my guys and gals and my dogs. So,
Wow.
Yeah, Chief said, grab your uniform, come and get on over here.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that you know all the years of deploying and stuff. You know, even for myself, like usually when the call comes in, you don't really have much time to figure things
Right.
out.
No.
You know, it's like it's
Yeah, this is
grab your
a
stuff and let's go.
drop. This is a drop what you're doing and go. I mean,
Yeah.
when we for the urban search and rescue, when the call goes out, like from a federal system, we have to be out the door within hours. I mean, this is the kind of thing where it's even more so time sensitive, time dependent.
One of the biggest things that like majority of the teams have a little bit of time to spin up. You know, there's a hurricane or something like that is going on.
Yeah,
but
there's
in
no
this
prep
case,
on this one.
right?
There's no prep.
Zero prep.
Yeah, this is it happened. Let's get.
Yeah, and the guys that are on scene initially, you know, they did a phenomenal job with what they could do.
Absolutely.
Because there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Even Miami-Dade that has every resource on the planet, they still, you know, are outgunned basically.
Yeah, you got to get things right. You know, that's what people don't understand about a urban search and rescue thing. It ain't like you're searching a field. You're not doing. You've got to make sure you can get on the building, do the thing, shore it. You know, engineers have to look at it and do all this stuff because if there is survivors, you're going to injure them if you injure yourself,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
now it's an unstable and unsafe thing. It's not just let's jump in there and start moving rubble. There's a safe way to approach it and way to do it.
Right.
So for those people that don't really know what shore means, what does that mean?
So shoring is basically you're stabilizing the unstable building using, you know, we use wood, you know, depending on the incident, you know, 2x2s.
A lot of
4x4s.
people also don't understand that, you know, so urban search and rescue, we are tip of the spear, all hazards, man-made or natural. You know, you give us a task, we'll get it done. Force. And, you know, we have physicians, we have med specs, we have paramedics, we have firefighters, rescue techs. We've got search dogs, we've got engineers, structural engineers that need to quick look at something and say, like, is this safe, is this not? Or how can we make this safer so we can search in this area and whatever we need to do. And this is where a lot of safety third comes in my
absolutely.
previous articles that I've written with others. In fact, I gave President Biden my safety third coin and explains the notion behind it, which he appreciated. It's pretty neat.
That's pretty cool.
But you're trying to mitigate risk as much as possible, as quickly as possible. So it's definitely a balance, and some things we can do, some things we can't. But yeah, you have thousands of tons of concrete and a building come down in certain areas, so you're trying to put up safety bolsters to prevent things from moving as we're trying to break through rock or whatever needs to be done. It's a very technical approach to things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, people have. You guys have to take their time. You can't just rush in there, start ripping things off, you know. And you're talking, like you said, there's several hundred tons of material.
Oh yeah.
What was the deciding factor, or when was that deciding factor on taking down the second tower, the second part of the building?
For that demolition the other day.
Yes.
So, as I can speak on that in terms of what we even said on the news too, and that was like there was a certain area that we were trying to get to, and there was so much instability. There's what we call there's stuff and debris just waiting to come down on us, and if the building shifted and things going on, and we knew where there were a bunch of people where they were trapped based on projections and knowledge and things that Israel put together and art and we put together, and we just couldn't get to that safely. It wasn't, you had to take calculated risks. So, I mean, air conditioner units, pieces of flooring, walls easily could have come down on us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had already completely cleared that entire standing structure. Every single room throughout that. So we knew that we can kind of get those risks out of the way, so we can continue on what we needed to do.
Wow, man. I know that it's won't keep you on too long, dog. I know you like I told Jason when we heard you last night. Yeah, even now, this is the most tired I've ever heard you.
Yeah.
And I've known you.
This guy
For a long
he
time.
goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
And I've never heard him that tired.
What did we lose there?
Yeah, I'm whipped.
Yeah.
I'm emotionally drained. I'm physically drained. But we got a mission to do, and we're still working at it. And got to keep an eye out for everybody.
Well, Doc, we
as well as
we
myself.
appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. We always have. We always will. You're not here with us, but we're with you in spirit. That's for sure.
Yeah, everywhere we go, that's for sure. Dog, you taking care of yourself though, your mind. You doing good. You can always call me and talk. My mom said I should have been a priest, so call.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys, and we'll hash out more of this and things to learn and whatnot as things kind of wrap up and close up, or things get a little more rest and all. But I definitely need to scoot for now and get at it. My rotation goes basically, we're on the pile, so to speak, from midnight to noon.
Wow.
Of course, my job though expands beyond that time out there. So while I can, I need to hit the hay and rest up and get my energy back. So
love you,
we'll
Doc.
be in touch, but like I said, we'll definitely hash out more so we can all learn from this.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you guys, and looking forward to when we're all together in person.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hey, be safe.
Yes,
be careful, and take care of yourself.
Love you, Doc.
Will do. Safety third, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Be safe. We love you, big.
You guys.
It's
Love
funny.
you.
It's funny, man. Like you can't get a better doctor.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest part of this company. A lot of people don't understand is Dr. Avo is the reason we're able to do the things we're able to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we definitely do appreciate him, and a lot of people go, man, we don't ever really see your doc a lot. I said, well,
He's very busy.
The man is Carmen San Diego for you millennials. That's a really
Where's
cool
Waldo?
thing. You should look
Yeah,
up.
Waldo.
Both.
You know?
Like he could be either one of those.
Yeah,
For sure.
so that's crazy, man. But yeah, I know there's gonna be a lot coming out of this. We get a lot of the different like people on the social media asking questions and like things that like I'm like, man, we don't have the answers.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I have no idea. I there've been a lot of pictures that were shared and a lot of some of the documentation. I listened to a podcast the other day that basically they were kind of explaining how they were working on fixing it. They knew there was issues. and they were working on fixing it.
It is what
You
it
know?
is, man. It happened,
And-
and like people live in the past too much sometimes. Where like when an event like this happens,
Right.
And they want to like try to fix the past. Well, the shit happened. It happened. It did. Now we got these guys risking their lives and everything they got to try to do the best thing they can.
Right.
With a mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of like what the job is and stuff.
I'm very whoever made that decision to take down the other building, that was a smart decision.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
you
right.
don't from the very beginning, like even though they're searching for victims.
Yeah.
Like you look at that other building, it could come down any second,
Mhm.
any
Anytime.
second, right?
Yeah, anytime.
And all you see are pictures of firefighters up on those
Yeah.
balconies and in those hallways. And what you're just
And on
are
the
you
ground.
just waiting?
They're on the ground,
You're
right,
just-
right where
Yeah,
where the
absolutely.
money is.
Yeah.
And man, I was talking to my boy the other day on the phone. He's over in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. United States Army got a good one. And he was, I don't know how we got into the subject, but he was talking about the building and stuff. Dr. Apple's over there and doing his thing, and he saw the news thing on the firefighter's kid.
Yeah.
That was there, and the guy was there and laying the coat down and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And I was telling Trish last night, I had this dream. The boy called me. He was talking about his beneficiary paperwork and all that stuff. Which you know what I mean? That's my
Hate even talking about
that's my little guy.
Yeah.
He's talking about that, and then
Yeah.
I go, man, how do I think I dreamt about that shit all last night. Like if he was a fireman, if he was I don't know, like now my kid's in danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, absolutely.
but at least I know as a grown person that my kid's in that situation, correct?
Mhm.
But like this guy's kid was just at a sleepover.
Yeah.
And then all of
At
a
his
sudden,
grandparents' house.
yeah,
Or
and
her grandparents' house.
whatever the story is, how the kid got, he's like, man, that's got to be miserable, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be miserable because I know as a dad, and you know this, I'm gonna go through the ends of the earth to get my kid.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Mr. Taliban's out there. If y'all encounter my kid, just know.
Right.
Y'all
Yeah.
crazy ass
We're
motherfucker
coming.
for
We're
you.
coming.
Yeah,
We're coming
absolutely.
for you.
Right.
So
Pretty sure you won't be by yourself.
No,
No.
man.
Definitely not.
Absolutely, man. I think it's important to talk about one thing though that we haven't acknowledged is that we are at Johnny's filling station,
That's right.
We are at Johnny's.
which is if you're hearing the background noise and stuff like that. So, and it's
We
this
love
is-
it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's my favorite place
Yeah.
in the entire world.
Absolutely.
Other than some of Trish's parts, my favorite place in the entire world. But
Those aren't open to the public.
yeah,
So.
They're
yeah,
not.
yeah. But 30 years ago, the same building, which is we're actually at the other side,
We
Okay.
are.
Johnny's other side, which the Johnny's filling station is right across the parking lot here. So there's
Okay,
two
yep.
places: was Johnny's filling station and then Johnny's other side.
Mhm.
And 30 years ago, this was a shave ice building, like lemon shaved ice. They used to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of my
I
favorite
bet
things.
you wish it was
Yeah.
still here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then
We
they
love
add-
ice.
Then they added sandwiches, and then like the best
Patty melt.
patty melt I've ever had. They have the best
Oh.
hamburgers, anything
Yeah.
you've ever had. They have those here.
They
I
are
haven't
really
anything
good.
bad. Nothing.
no.
Nothing
No.
bad here. No.
Love this place, and they serve America's beer. Oops.
Yep, right here.
2-star PBR.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
right there.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
So thank you. Yeah, and
Delicious.
it's delicious. And we got a nice shot here. What's this shot called?
Afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight. Yeah.
I
Salute, sir.
don't have any more.
Yeah, it's 'cause
I
y'all
don't
drink-
either.
Oh. What you guys didn't wait for?
Oh,
We
they-
drank it.
They drank
No,
it.
you guys were
Salute.
taking too long.
I was told to drink it.
Okay.
Me
well,
too. And I
guess we're
listened to
gonna
what
get other
Trish
ones.
said.
So
She's the bad
Oh,
influence.
very nice.
and this is Jamie.
Jamie.
She's our
We
bartender
love Jamie.
person. That's awesome.
I think we need more shots.
More shots. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say hi, Jamie.
You should bring these like
All we
every
have is your arm.
10 minutes. You should bring them every 10 minutes till somebody
What?
passes out.
Oh my god.
That is not a good idea.
Not a
Yeah,
good
it's
idea.
not a good idea.
Don't
Oh,
tell her
man.
twice. Don't threaten her with a good time.
Jamie handles Jamie handles all our shenanigans here all the time. Every time we come in here, So,
I'm good right now.
like,
I'm good. Can I have a glass of ice though? That's fantastic.
So, are you done
Yeah,
ordering,
they
or the
decided.
podcast is
Pretty-
live?
What?
Thanks. Write your order down.
Why did I order down?
Write it down.
Oh.
Pass it along. Jeez, 2 minutes off the
Well,
microphone.
There we
Listen,
go.
I've been told for weeks now that the primary focus of this is the drinking part, and then the rest of it comes after that.
Well,
So,
according to Capsies, who's going to accredit this, it's going to be the education that we're going to talk about right now.
That's right. Education.
Oh, man. You know, I thought it'd be appropriate to kind of go real quick, and we'll get into some of the shenanigans here in a second over a little bit of crush syndrome.
Okay.
Which, you know, a lot of people, crush injury versus crush syndrome, which is the appropriate term?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I would say you get injured with a crush injury, but depending on the amount of time that you're being crushed, then you would go into a crush syndrome. You know?
Absolutely. So, you know, like crush syndrome is the metabolic response to being under pressure for a period of time.
Right.
Now, like I try to actually like find the definition of that period of time. Some places like 15 minutes.
Right.
Some places are like, 30 plus minutes. But the one thing that I guess they all kind of agree on is the amount of force. Like the amount of force
Okay.
that's crushing that person for, 15 minutes or more time.
Yeah, because it's because it's destroying the muscle. Right?
Well, it's actually interesting. Yeah. So when you go in, yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
when you look at it, is striated red muscle, right? Which has the myoglobin in it, which is what helps the muscle oxygenate.
Right.
Well, that's a giant molecule,
Mm-hmm.
and when you crush it and you get it out of the muscle, it's just going to be a giant plug that plugs up your kidneys, which is what's causing. Because I'm using my hands to talk.
No,
What?
nothing.
What? I think everybody wants to know why you're laughing.
I don't think she can control it. She can't.
Yeah, well, okay. I guess that'll come out later. so
We were talking about giant plugs.
Oh yeah. There's a plug incident that happened earlier this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was?
I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it. We're on national radio, podcasting, Facebook Live.
I don't really
There was
know
a
what we're
man
talking
blocked from Facebook last week,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is why I changed my microphone from a giant black one to the one I have right now.
about. I don't really know why you did that.
Well, I don't want a man to get blocked off of Facebook.
That's right.
Again.
We can't talk about that anymore.
Absolutely.
We can't talk about that.
So, Jason, back to
Like
this
big
lesson
plug.
thing
Yeah.
that we're doing here.
Crush
So,
syndrome.
man's crushed.
Yep.
Prolonged period of time.
Right.
Myoglobin blocking the kidneys.
Got it.
So no urine. So the definition of renal failure is kidneys are not filtrating fluid.
Right.
So you're not urinating.
Right.
So that could happen because of low blood pressure. That could happen because you have this giant blockage of stuff going through there. Don't
Yeah.
get the fuck out. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's what myoglobin. I can't look at Trish when I'm trying to talk because it's ridiculous.
The two nurses. The two nurses in the room.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say giant
Plug.
black something or other.
Well, I don't think myoglobin's black, baby.
I don't really know
I
what
don't
color
wanna-
it is.
I don't
I've
want to
not seen
profile
it.
the myoglobin. But
I've
I'm
not
saying
seen it
is.
under a microscope.
Me neither. So,
But when it comes out, sometimes it is black.
it is tea colored. You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Right.
Yes.
I've seen it black.
Yeah.
Really?
it
That
is. Yeah.
that bad?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you
It is.
can you quickly explain the situation behind it? Like what was the?
Grandma was on the floor for a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm glad you brought that up, baby, because a lot of people don't realize that like immobility can cause the same rhabdo
Right.
that you're looking at here with crush syndrome.
Gotcha.
So actually, when we look at crush syndrome here, there's a pretty cool name right here, Bywaters syndrome. Bywaters syndrome. I don't know. It's not Dominican pronunciation there, but I think it's so. We can assume that that's somebody that discovered it. It was actually a doctor physician that discovered the whole situation here. But this is when we have traumatic rhabdomyolysis.
Right.
So rhabdomyolysis is that whole effect of causing the kidney failure from the big crush muscle and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you come in there. So let me ask you this. I'll give you the scenario.
Okay.
We'll call this lady. She's an exotic dancer named Roberta.
Roberta. Ro.
Right.
She needs a new stripper.
Ro.
Yeah.
We'll call her
that's,
Ro for
that's
short.
not her exotic dancer name.
Oh, that's
She's
her real
known
name.
as
Okay.
she's known as Sprinkles.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Gotcha. That-
So Sprinkles, she lives in a really ratty place, and her roof falls on her with all her Christmas shit, and
Yeah.
boom, that's where you
Yeah.
find her,
okay.
right?
Got it.
So ceiling falls in, Christmas boxes all over, she's crushed. You get there, and it's like, let's say it's 2 hours in.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Now, she's talking to you. She's basically You can't see her really cool belly button that you would normally see when she's at her job. Below that, right? So everything's
Yep.
crushed up with that, right?
Gotcha.
You with me?
Yep.
So okay, so Roberta's crush
Yep.
or Sprinkles, however
Yep.
you know her. Have you
Got
been? Do you know Sprinkles?
I
Have you
might
been to
I might
Sprinkles before?
yeah. No, a couple sprinkles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
it's one of
love sprinkles.
I do too.
Okay.
I'm a chocolate Sprinkles fan myself.
Really?
Yes.
I like the rainbow. I like
yeah.
the rainbow sprinkles.
I mean, I don't throw no
I
rainbow
do too.
sprinkles out.
Yeah,
but, you know,
right. Yeah, I wouldn't throw any chocolate ones out either.
but I do love them.
Yeah.
They're delicious. Dude, when I was at Orlando, we used to have this chief. I won't mention his name, man, because he's a cool
It
dude.
may rhyme with what? Just
I
kidding.
don't even do that. But he's a cool dude. So I would make like an ice cream sundae bar at the station.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
every time he was like weekend, he goes, "Hey man, you guys gonna get ice cream sundaes?" And I'm like, "All right, chief, we'll go." He goes, but he would have like a list.
Don't
Yeah.
forget the sprinkles.
Yeah, so he would scream. He would scream at me like as I'm walking the truck. Don't forget the sprinkles. He was just screaming that all the time, man. I would love it.
Oh, that's
So there's
cool.
a dude,
That's
Virgil. I
cool.
see him here at Johnny's all the time.
That's
That's what
cool.
he'll scream at me. Don't forget the sprinkles. Every time we see this, that's funny as shit. So
that's great.
you know, as you start to approach sprinkles,
Yeah.
right. You
Mhm.
get there, talking, blood pressure's good, everything's good. What you doing?
So if I'm thinking about the crush syndrome, you know, I'm thinking about how long this has gone on. I'm going to basically, you know, probably call it a trauma alert. Have additional resources on standby. I'm going to have I'm going to get 2 large bore IVs just so that I can try to manage it, because as soon as we release that all the weight off of her,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to go right to her heart,
Well,
lung, you know, kidneys, whatever.
let's back up here for a second, though. Like allegedly, when you're at your job,
Yeah.
what fluid do you have in your box?
We have normal saline,
What fluid is in your box?
normal saline, and we're in
what fluid's
ringers.
in your box? Right now.
I'm not answering that.
Do we need to go back to
Is there-
that video?
Is there a video?
Not of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Was
sure
there-
there are videos.
Yeah, that's true.
So, was there any foreign fluids put in your box today?
Oh,
No. You know.
Foreign being out of
Out of what?
sight of you.
Out of, I don't really know what we're talking about.
Well, you made a comment while you were in timeout.
My
So-
time out is over.
I
It's been
think,
way longer than 2 minutes.
you know. So you're back in it right now because you are not following the rules. So, anyways, sprinkles, your fluid that you have in your box.
Yes.
is
So,
Sprinkles friends with Bubbles from last week?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sprinkles is.
I think we're good friends.
Yes, that's right. That was Trisha's porn name last week. Was
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Yes.
So
Why am I not sprinkles?
I don't know. You didn't pick it.
Are bubbles colorful as sprinkles?
I think you can make
Well, I
bubbles
mean,
whatever color you
bubbles.
want.
Yeah,
Make
they're
rainbow bubbles.
rainbows.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
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 I
You
love
see
your
why I wrote so
iridescent.
much detail on
Yeah.
the thing here?
Yeah.
Because it's just impossible
We're off.
to
Well,
get through.
and
any
we're at
lesson
Johnny's,
with Trish. Yes.
you know.
Yes.
we can only do so much.
Oh,
Oh,
Here we
cheers.
Oh,
This
is-
everyone's got one now. All right. Here we go.
Afternoon delight, and it is
Cheers.
phenomenal.
Delightful.
Cheers.
Woo!
Cheers.
Afternoon delight. Oh, that's not going to be good later.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, why? Okay, it's a shot.
We
I
can't
know.
do that.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
Mind your business.
So
over
yeah.
there.
So normal saline, lactated
I'm-
ringers.
So, Jason-
In moderation.
the amount of
Yeah.
fluid that we have to give this patient, it's a lot,
Okay.
right? So we have to take into account what normal saline is going to do.
hmm
And not to make this the most boring podcast in the world,
Nope.
man, I really, today, as I'm writing this stuff down, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to say a lot of words that I would normally not say on the fucking podcast. And I'm like,
But it's learning too. So
well, it is education.
I'm learning every time you
School's in
speak.
session.
So
I
Let's do
try
it.
to fucking be educational,
Yeah.
but God, man, some of this shit is boring.
Well, yeah,
It's
you're right.
absolutely
You're right.
ridiculous.
But regardless,
We're gonna make it fun.
we
I'm
turn
trying.
it around. We
I'm
turn
as
it
best I
around.
can. I apologize,
No,
Facebook world
no.
out there. So check this out. So if you were going to just give somebody like a liter of normal saline,
Hmm.
then you're okay.
Yeah.
But you're about to give a whole lot of normal saline, somewhere around like 60 plus mLs per kilo more than you would normally give.
Okay.
Right. So
Right.
so the problem with that is all the chloride in the normal saline. The more you raise the chloride, the more you drop your pH.
Right.
Because chloride and bicarbonate have a inverse relationship.
Mhm.
So if you increase the chloride level, the bicarb level drops.
Right.
The problem in that situation is the patient ain't urinating, so the chloride just kind of hangs out.
Right.
Right. So you're going to cause hyperchloremic acidosis.
Okay.
Why is that important?
Well, because most likely they're going to release when they're released, they're going to be releasing
More shit
acidic.
that makes you acidosis.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Let's
More
speak in
acidic.
fireman terms here.
Yeah,
me
more
and you're both
acidic.
Hispanic, so so let's speak in the terms of like, yeah, you're gonna cause more acidosis,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, what the problem is, why acidosis versus alkalosis is important here, is that when you are acidotic, you're not able to carry O2 on the hemoglobin, so
Right.
that prevents you from oxygenating.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's
in the-
why they try to compensate for it.
Well, yeah, they're going to try, but
Yeah.
is it possible?
No.
Yeah, and the reality is, this is going to be a air medical question here. This is for the FPC people that may be listening. I think those people may have gone already. So what hypoxia
They left
is
when
it?
we started talking about.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh, that's a good
You
one.
got me. You got me.
Yeah.
All right. So, if we're talking about basically it's going to be the chemical, so it would be.
Oh no, he's gonna pick the wrong one. He's gonna pick the wrong one. You're gonna pick it already, but I'm
Well,
gonna let you go.
it's-
What were you thinking?
Okay. So, well, I'm just thinking chemical because of the inability of the oxygen to bind. So, I mean, you could call that.
Histotoxic hypoxia? Is that what you
Well,
were saying?
yes and no, because I would, if it's the binding part of it, then I would go maybe just hypoxia.
You are so smart. He picked the right one.
All right,
Oh man, he started with chemicals. Scared the fuck out of me.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta. Those are still not like right on the.
Yeah, you're not 100%.
Not tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
so,
they'll come. They'll start coming.
Yeah. So
Coming.
because of it
Okay.
not binding to the oxygen, then
Absolutely. So it's a hypoxic hypoxia.
yes.
That's important. Like that may be something that people may see on a test. Or that's one of the things I think when people get done with us after a month, that they're killing the hypoxias and the shock, and that's the meat and potatoes of the exam.
Right.
That's some free information that you can get without paying us money. Is study your shocks and your hypoxias, and you'll do just probably fine on the goddamn test.
Yeah.
That and not be retarded.
I don't believe that. I still think you need to show up because I've
Show
been
up for the test? What do you mean?
No. Show up for the class because I've gone through it like 3 times and I still learn something every time.
Oh, I do
Me
too.
too.
And I'm
Every day.
teaching it.
There's no way.
I do too.
No way
I
you
do
learn
too,
something.
man. Every time I'm teaching it, man. You know something that's crazy? I was just talking to Josh probably like a couple weeks ago about that. Like, every time I've taught this class, a student teaches me something and I'm in there.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's
You
so
don't.
crazy.
There's no possible way you could know everything about this stuff.
You're right. Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely.
Like every time I'm in the, maybe that doesn't make me the best expert to teach.
No,
people's
I
classes
think
and
it
shit,
does because
but-
you're willing to learn from
Continue to
other
learn.
people.
But I'm learning shit every time. I'm
That's
like,
great.
Hey,
I
every
learn
time.
a lot every time.
Yeah.
Every
Mhm.
time I'm teaching this stuff, man. And sometimes I'm just sitting on the shitter reading something to teach the class.
Right.
And I'll learn something.
Yeah.
That's where I do most of my reading.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've created a lot of stuff that we use in the company in the shitter.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
it's sacred ground.
That's where
It's-
some of my best ideas come from.
Yes.
Yeah. I was there today, like preparing for this till my legs fell asleep.
No. Oh, what? They don't fall asleep all the time?
Oh, but yeah. But this
I
time, let
swear,
me tell
He's
you,
a squatty potty.
he does.
Yeah.
because-
Yeah, I do have
He
one.
has
Oh,
one.
you have
I do
one?
have a squatty potty.
Man.
And that is
Keep
a
going.
non-official sponsor, but we love your product,
Yes.
Squatty Potty.
Jason
So,
got one with a
Dude,
poop
check
emoji
this
for
out,
his
though.
collar.
This is why it was freaking me out. This is what was freaking me out with the sleepy leg thing. Because our neighbor, won't give too much, but nobody knows where we live.
Right.
But, like, her leg fell asleep, and she, like, went
Broke
to
her
step
ankle
and
and
broke
her
her
wrist.
ankle and her wrist,
Oh.
man. Yeah. So I'm like, man, should I stand up? My
I
leg.
told him not to.
I'm like, shoot.
You gotta. Usually, it's only one side, so you can balance yourself on the good side,
Oh
and then.
man.
No,
But
you can't.
oh man, it hurts so bad.
It's so
The tingling.
Yeah, tingly.
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know
Jason's
exactly.
a sitter. That's
Yeah,
what I like to call
absolutely.
it. He's a contemplated stinker.
Absolutely.
You know, with it. Hey man, back to this whole thing. Let me put my notes up, see where I'm at, because
right.
the shots are getting to me now.
Crush
I'm out there.
syndrome.
So anyway, so we basically try to mitigate the PA situation before you hit the. But you hit it on the money. No matter what you got, the best thing you can do is force fluids, right? Like put fluids into the vein because you want to cause urine.
Right.
And the only way to flush this out is exactly what I just said. Flush it the fuck out.
Right.
You make them urinate.
Okay.
And the best way to urinate is by flooding the system.
Right.
Right. You increase intervascular space by giving it a whole bunch of volume expanders, which is that, isotonic crystalloid fluid. And whatever you have is what you have. If you don't have lactated ringers, you're going to use normal saline.
Yeah. Just give whatever.
Why do you laugh at that every time?
I wasn't laughing at that. Leah just posted that your lectures change every time you teach them. We know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She
Just
does.
add to them. There's
Every
additional.
single time.
Hey, that's because
they're
he
in a
learns.
different order.
He learned something new, so he's going to throw it in there.
So here's some of the things that we found. So some of the general guidelines and some of the stuff that may or may not be used on the exams is when you're giving the young adult heart patient. So you ever wonder why it says 10 to 20 mLs per kilo on some of the warm isotonic crystalloid situation?
Okay. Yeah.
So there's going to be people like your older adults, your cardiac patients, people that may go into heart failure that you may want to do 10 mLs per kilo.
Right. Not overload them.
The younger people, you may do that 20 mLs per kilo,
Okay.
or just doing 1 to 1.5 liters per hour.
Okay.
So they classify that as a young adult.
Right.
That's all I could find there was no age or anything. It was just that terminology. And then you have for your children the 20 cc's per kilo per hour. All right, for your fluid, your guidelines there. So again, this is your patient still crushed, still shit on them. And then you have your 10 cc's per kilo per hour for your elderly patients.
Now, let me ask you something. I don't really see it here in their notes. The bicarb is after administration to the hospital.
Yeah, so that's how
Why is that?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? So why would you want to give bicarb to this patient that's still not urinating?
Well, the biggest thing was just to try to neutralize the acidic. That's basically the acid that's being flushed into their system.
You ain't neutralizing shit. You're a chemist, right?
You're right. I'm not.
When you showed up to that scene, were you a paramedic firefighter?
Yep.
Okay, you did not all of a sudden get a chemistry degree.
No, you are absolutely correct.
Absolutely. And if you're a physician that shows up, you're still a fucking physician. You ain't neutralizing shit.
Okay.
Your kidneys need to work. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So let's get out of that whole world.
That's a great point because it's always been taught.
What were we taught?
That you give bicarb.
Always.
Yeah.
For years.
And the biggest thing, not only give bicarb, but a lot of bicarb to try to neutralize.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I saw you doing that, I would hit you with some John and Black.
Okay. All right.
He will.
I will not do that.
Don't do it.
Well, this is the thing. Reality is this. What are you responsible for when you're pushing bicarb into that vein?
Responsible as what? What do you mean?
What does it break down into? See, this is what people forget.
Okay.
Right? So, when you give sodium bicarb, it mixes with the hydrogen that's free flowing in the body. It creates carbonic acid, right?
Right.
Carbonic acid breaks down into what? Water and CO2.
Okay.
Now you got a person that's going to be, you're responsible for breathing out the CO2. So are you going to increase this person's respiratory rate, tidal volume, and all that? Yeah, you're creating issues when you give all that bicarb.
That's very interesting.
Absolutely.
Because guess what my crush syndrome protocol is?
Yeah.
Bicarb.
Give
bicarb.
We'll kick you in the balls. If I see it, it's a reflex for me. It's did you give bicarb? Yeah. Kick you in the balls. You got to make urine, man. That's the biggest point here.
So the biggest thing is just flushing it out.
Yeah.
Give as much fluid as you can.
Yep.
Make
Absolutely.
them urinate, and then
And
that's
if
the
you're dealing
best
with
option.
adult, whether it's a young or old, your goal target here is 50 cc's an hour of urine.
Okay.
50 cc's an hour of urine, bare minimum. Fuck what Florence Nightingale said. Is 50 cc's of urine here.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is with children, 2 cc's per hour. Because
Okay.
that's going to be size dependent. So, right, so 2 cc's per kilograms per hour.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So, moving on. Again, trying to get out of this thing.
Real
So-
quick, Leah. It's never been the same. Every single time he does it, it's different.
I think you mentioned that.
Well, she said she's
Five
got
minutes
4
ago.
versions of the same lecture.
Yeah, but it's all got the
I-
same information in it.
Yep. Just
New,
different
new tidbits every time. There's
Yeah.
new, there's
different ways
new
you
stuff.
deliver it.
But
Oh,
that's good.
there's
That's
a-
good because
there's
you
a
keep
picture
people.
of Leah we got to put up. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
to send y'all that today. We'll put that up.
Yeah.
Leah's at her flight
Come
job.
visit us, Leah.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's
She's
funny?
doing great.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny as shit is like it is cool to see people that come through class and then they got jobs and stuff.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah,
We have a lot of those.
You're
Yeah.
like
It is
you're,
pretty cool.
you're like a father grooming their child all the way up to
Yeah.
adulthood.
I mean, I say some fucked up shit, so I wouldn't say father because some of that should be illegal. If I was somebody's father, but you know, this is me.
You are somebody's father.
So
Well, daddy and father. I mean, it's depending on who says it.
that's crazy. So you know, one of the invasive skills that you made, like when we became, you go into the USAR role, kind of like what Dr. Apple was talking about. It's one of those invasive skills that, as a regular paramedic, you don't do. Is that Foley catheter?
Oh yeah, not at all.
And this would be probably if a doctor saw you putting in a Foley catheter in somewhere, they would like in the situation that we're in, they would lose their mind because
Right.
of the whole infection thing. What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah, because they're so worried about the infection and whatever. What's up?
Who's your dad?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
So
I don't
So,
have that. I don't have that on. My
remember, the biggest thing here is. Then I have a question right here for Trish though. Here
Uh-oh.
it comes. Here it comes. He goes, because we're doing this dirty Foley. Even though we're going to take all precautions to put this thing in there and create this situation, we're putting this.
We're
into
not doing it dirty.
Well, we're going to try not to, but you're in a hole or the building's crust on you or whatever.
Mhm.
As you're putting this thing in, prophylactically, we need to probably treat for the infection that we may cause.
Right.
So, what would be a good antibiotic for the situation to use prophylactically?
Rocephin, Levaquin, Cipro.
Which one would be your favorite?
Rocephin.
Why would that be?
Because you can do it in one treatment.
Yeah. It's just like what can you carry on your back to do this shit? Probably most bang for your buck. So Rocephin's one of them.
Now, is that an IV or oral?
Yes.
Yeah, you can, give
You
it
can
IV.
do IV or IM.
Yeah, intramuscular or
Okay.
IV.
Okay.
Well, you bring up a great question though. Should we do anything other outside the IV here? And the answer for that is probably not.
Okay.
Because that muscle is broken down. Do we want to put anything into that system versus just putting it into the vascular system? Make
Right.
sense?
Right.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. Again, almost getting through this. Promise. We got a great movie to talk about here in a second. So here's the sodium bicarb. They're talking about 50 milliequivalents per liter added to your second or third dose. But look at how they're asking you to actually give it in this protocol. They're actually asking you to mix it with dextrose. You saw that?
Yep.
Bicarb with dextrose?
Yeah. They're asking
What?
you to they're asking you to mix it with dextrose because you're assuming that this is a normal person that had no problems before they were crushed, correct?
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So you're moving massive amounts of potassium either out of the
Oh,
body or into the cell and stuff like that. So you're going to want to you may stimulate an extra insulin production here, which is what the problem is. So if you don't give the dextrose, you're going to get the hypoglycemia that happens. But it says to give 5% dextrose solution once you have your normal volemic, which means you're making the urine.
Yeah.
Once you're making the urine, you're going to do the dextrose situation. There. You with me, Jason?
Yes.
Cool. So you're going to put a central line into this patient to do this massive amount of volume. It's kind of like the last little bit that I'll talk about. The rest of the stuff we're going to put up on the show notes here. But you're putting a central line in on this patient for the purpose of giving lots of volume as fast as you can,
Okay.
right into the mainstream, right?
Okay.
Because you don't want to lose any volume in that whole periphery situation that you got going on.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, so you're putting this in there. If you're doing that, it does give you the ability to monitor pressure.
Okay.
The venous side,
Right,
right?
yes,
Which is your
yeah.
central what? Venous pressure.
Right.
Right? So central venous pressure, what would
Mhm.
be another good name for it if you're about to take your FPC exam?
Oh. Would it be like an arterial? Well, it wouldn't be an arterial line.
Not
It's
venous
venous
side.
side. I don't know.
So it's got a couple names to it, babe. You want another name for central venous pressure?
Do I want another name?
Do you know what other name would you like to give it?
Central venous.
I don't. Is it right atrial pressure?
Right atrial pressure is correct. One more name for 5 points. It'll get you nothing.
Right.
We need to have that. We definitely need.
I
to
do
have
have
that.
that.
I don't really know it. I don't know. Preload. I don't know.
Preload is correct.
Okay.
You are beautiful and smart.
Good.
All right. So just recap. What are the two?
So it's actually 3, right? So right
Right,
atrial
3,
pressure is the same
Right
as
atrial.
central venous pressure, and it's the same as preload.
Preload.
Okay.
Right. So somewhere around between 2 to 6,
I didn't know
2
there
to
was gonna be a
4,
quiz
depending
today.
on whatever you read there, right?
Right.
Closer to
I didn't
0 it
find
is, the worse your preload is, the
Right.
worse your volume status is.
Right.
The higher that is the you got shit backing up.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
It
we're
is
gonna leave that
backing
at
up.
that. Yeah. So
It's never good.
listen,
No.
I'm about as much as I can do right now before I give me another PBR.
right behind you.
Yeah. So like show notes wise, like as far as like we'll put up the rest of the notes and the stuff that we found in the research there, and it'll
That's
be
all.
Well, it's very interesting though that basically the thing that I've always been taught always
not a given.
is not the right thing. Is not the right thing to do.
No,
You know?
well, it's not that it's
There are a lot of
not that
things.
it's not that it's wrong practice, but it's just that there's really no reason for it.
Right. But knowing the science behind it makes more
absolute
sense. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of shit in our world
There's
that
a
we still
lot of
do.
things we do
That
that
we still do just out of like
because we've always done it that way.
we've always done it this way. And the reality, you know, C-collars. Fuck. Like there's no research that says that really
Right.
helps out anybody.
You know what?
Backboards.
One of the protocols that I love is the C-spine clearance.
Yeah,
We've been able to, and even before that, like when you had an elderly person, and I'm like, man, you know, they have kyphosis, so they're bent down, you know, it's so miserable.
I love it when they come in with their C-collars like this.
Right. Like, what is it? What good is that doing that patient?
It ain't doing shit.
Nothing.
It ain't
Nothing
doing
at all.
shit. It ain't
Right.
doing
Very
shit.
uncomfortable.
And then
Let's let that person be comfortable.
And
okay?
let's move mom on the backboard. Hey, everybody move this way. And then this guy's moving this way. She's moving this way. Yeah, we moved her in line.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You
Not at
know,
all.
you know what's crazy is a lot of people don't know this in PHTLS and TNCC and all that stuff and all the different classes. Like, you have to clear the pelvis, like to the best of your ability before you actually start to log roll people, which is the way we put people on backboards. If not, you're going to have to do a lift, which really doesn't do the whole inline thing anyways.
Right. No.
And then let me put this shit that I read again on the shitter. I'm sitting there reading that like 15% of like radiologists and orthopedic doctors like diagnose pelvis fucked up anyways. Like they miss.
They miss them?
Yeah.
Oh.
So really, by palpating, how do you fucking even get to it? But I can tell you this shit. I've had allegedly like 2 or 3 calls that I've been on in the last month.
Yeah.
Where we actually put a pelvic binder on, just and it's legit. Like,
do you run with any agencies that have pelvic binders? Because I don't.
I don't. I haven't seen anybody with them on.
But okay, so since we're talking about it, what would be the best practice for somebody who doesn't have?
Damn. Well, I tell you what, I love Jason as a coach because he like. What's up? We got
no sheet.
You don't have sheep?
No sheet.
What is it? What does it say on there? I have my glasses on.
Nope.
Solo, sorry for the tangent, but what's your opinion on Capone clearance in peds?
Capno clearance and peds, like
Is that what that
It says
8
Capone,
and
but
under.
I think it's not
Like-
supposed to be Capone.
says?
Like the gangster.
8 and under.
man, this is Michael Kirk, man. I haven't seen him in forever.
Hi, Michael Kirk.
Hey, look, Mike. I used to work for Mike.
C-spine.
in the hospital. Yeah.
C-spine.
Okay.
He's
C-spine.
so sorry, C-spine.
Oh.
C-spine
That
clearance.
makes
Sorry,
more,
C-spine
that makes more
C-spine
sense.
clearance.
So you know,
I didn't
like,
know what Capone clearance was.
so you know, kids are a little bit of a problem in the sense of if you ever watch like a C-spine X-ray on a kid, you get what they actually call like a pseudo subluxation. So it looks like their neck is fucked up, but it's just them not growing into that giant head yet.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if we got a couple.
What age is that usually?
Well, like if we're using it and for the purpose of testing, I'm gonna say 12 or under 40 kilos, right? That's what
Okay.
we use for that type of stuff.
So they won't have grown into their giant head before 12.
Like the 40 kilos, I think is more
Check.
important.
Okay.
You know, but we got a giant head kid at
Hasn't grown into
home.
his head.
I haven't.
Like we got a kid at home. Like he's got a giant head. Oh,
That's just
He's not little.
Yeah, I know, but
No,
his head.
he's
No,
not.
he was taller than me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not much.
Right.
You know who have big heads is the Granadas,
They do.
dude.
That is.
Like so,
He doesn't even
look-
Josh's little nephew.
Yeah.
He's like not even. I think the kid's like maybe 1 year old. But
Two. He's like
he wears an
almost three.
adult size baseball hat. Like he's the kid in Little League that shows up and they go, "Hey, he's got a big head." Giant pillow. That dude's got a giant head, man. Like all of them do. Like when I started the company, I had to buy helmets for every other human being, and then Josh and Tim.
They got their own.
Yeah, because they got giant heads. You know, even Jason doesn't have like that abnormal of a giant head
Man,
like
I
those
feel
guys
like
do.
I feel like I have.
Well, they got a lot of front to their head.
Okay.
Yours is proportional. You know what I mean? They got a lot.
Right.
They got like a big
Forehead.
forehead.
The five
you know?
head.
Yeah. it's-
When we can finally cut his hair off, the helmets aren't going to fit anymore.
I don't know. I think
'Cause
the
that's
helmets fit
like
them just fine.
Yeah.
I haven't had them.
6 inches.
Yeah.
No
He
problem.
has
what
to
she
change
said.
hat sizes because of
Well,
the hair.
that's different.
So your head grows when you lose a giant head.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I don't know if you can cut that. I think it's part of your
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty stuck to it.
That's cool.
But I don't think we really are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the contract.
Yeah.
It's like
I have
we
to do
call
like
it a abo-like kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's
You
not
don't
as
have-
good as his,
You know,
but
yeah,
If it
it's not-
was as good as his, I'd be okay with it.
it's not feathered
but-
and glorious.
right.
Like
Right.
his.
Well, you gotta wait. I mean, his is
His
like
is not feathered.
so
It's flowing.
long. Yeah.
It flows.
It is.
You-
Yes,
you've
but
never
it's
seen
not
him-
feathered.
Yeah.
He
I know
is so
you've seen it.
tired. I would totally scratch his head right now.
Oh, I bet you would. I bet
Yeah.
you scratched a lot of things
Oh
on
my!
Let's
Dr.
not even
Avo.
talk about that. That
Yeah.
guy, he's just he's a heart stealer.
He does. He's right there. You
He's
know?
had mine
doesn't-
since day one.
I know.
You know,
She's waiting for me to die just so she can go marry
oh yeah,
him.
I'm sure.
Yep.
You know, we watched a lot of Dateline in 2020 at our house.
Mhm.
We do.
We watched some fucked up shit the other day. Like I'm like every time those people do, they get not official sponsors ABC, but we do love you. And like we watched the shit out of
And
that show.
2020.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think it's on ABC as well.
I don't know what network it's
Oh
on.
yeah, no, it's just great. We watch
Yeah.
it on Hulu. Was again not
Yep.
an official sponsor.
No. Not even close.
But dude, so like, which one did we watch yesterday? Where I was like, man, that is fucked up.
Which I don't. You have
Oh,
to
we're
remind
watching-
me about which
We
one.
were watching Jodi Arias today.
Oh.
No, we weren't. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
I watched a little bit of that.
She's a little out
hot as
there,
hell.
but she's a little out there.
Which brings me.
Is that the curve?
We were watching the dude with the vet and the.
Oh man, dude, fucked up. Like this lady, normal lady, vet, millionaire.
Wasn't
It's-
a millionaire.
Well, she had to pay the man $1 million, but she must have had a couple millions.
He was.
Like, what's the
they
definition of
went
a
into
millionaire?
They went into practice together, and
Well,
they
yeah, but
wanted
she
to
paid her
separate
ex-husband.
Listen,
$1
if I
million.
have $1 million, I'm a millionaire.
If you have $1 million
I don't
to
care.
give, you a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
You know, tomato,
That'll never
tomato.
happen, but
You know, let's pretend an argument here about that. See, she always picking a fight. 2 minutes.
I didn't pick a fight at all.
Listen, watchers in
Wasn't
the
it?
penalty box. This lady, normal like lady, meets this dude that was like a fake doctor. He wasn't even a real doctor. Like
He did go to med school.
you go to I know a lot of those. I went to nursing
Yeah.
school with like 5 doctors.
Same.
Yeah, there are now nurses.
Right.
Or Tex.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I won't say the name, but that dude's awesome.
He is amazing,
You know,
and I do love him.
sometimes, man, like you know those Caribbean doctor schools, they ain't real schools.
Right.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy that was a tech that
2-minute warning,
that
really.
he was a doctor. He was considered a doctor where he was from.
Oh yeah.
But I think
And,
that's a warning.
he was a tech over
I'll
here.
say I'll say
But-
Kamal's name because Kamal's badass. But like Kamal's my partner. That's what you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kamal was a surgeon in Kuwait.
Really?
Yeah, he was
No
my
way.
first partner, man.
Okay.
That dude, I worked at Health Central with
Yep.
him on the ambulance.
Oh,
Yeah, you know Kamal.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So Kamal, he would go to me.
I haven't
He
seen
would
him
go.
in forever.
I will take 2 patients if you would buy me lunch. If not,
Did
like,
he say where you had to buy him lunch?
hey, dude, if not, like, I mean, like, I'm like, fuck that shit. You taking 2 patients anyways. That dude is funny as shit. He's a smart
Nice.
motherfucker. So
Is
you
he
know,
retired yet?
who knows, man? I don't know what Kamal's business is. But Kamal, what's up?
I literally I saw him.
He's like 105 years old. He's like Joe
He
Lewis
must
yeah,
old.
yeah, like
'Cause he
back
was
in
old when
medical
I
school,
started.
2002, 2003. That was the
Such
last
an
time I
asshole.
saw him.
So
Yeah.
the dude, if you ever, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever want to learn anatomy and physiology, you go sit through Kamal's anatomy and physiology classes. He's a professor at Valencia
Okay.
doing that, non-official sponsor of the rest
Right.
of company one. And anyways, he is fucking on the money, bro. With the body, you know, the dude was a surgeon. Like he's legitimately cut people open, you know, allegedly for medical reasons or other reasons. Why,
Sometimes I feel like those surgeons are probably better
but, oh yeah,
because they're in it. They're, elbows deep.
yeah,
Getting in there doing the stuff. Saving lives.
yeah.
Whereas
It's a-
versus
It's a spleen.
I got number 3 wrong. I
Yeah.
don't understand why I got that one wrong.
Yeah.
But
I got a couple of those to go through class before, man. So but that dude was legit. That dude knew his anatomy. How do we get on Kamal?
I'm not.
I don't know.
He's a surgeon.
Yeah. Oh.
He's like a surgeon. Touch for the
Cut
very
for the
best.
very.
Hey, so you know what shitty is the last week I made y'all watch a horrible movie.
Oh my god, it was.
And we
worse.
didn't even talk about the movie last week.
Wait,
No,
I don't think we
I
did.
think the only thing we talked about was how bad it was. That was
Oh,
it, and that
yeah,
somebody owes Danny $3.99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were saying $3.99.
And he still is waiting for that.
Oh, we gonna
Oh.
send it to him.
Oh, I'm
PayPal
sure
at
he is.
$3.99. Like we watched the horrible movie, and we didn't even talk about. Like I had tons of notes about the bad movie,
I know.
which we'll
We
never
had so
hear
much
from.
to talk about. That's the thing.
I know. So we're gonna have to watch that again and talk about
No!
it.
Oh, my.
Patricia was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, no.
I got
Yeah.
out of having to watch it. Don't put that on me.
Yeah,
Oh man! But last night we watched. What was the movie we watched last night?
I am the Crumps or
Who is Harry Crump?
who is Harry Crump?
Man, that's a
right.
classic
Crump.
though. You gotta tell me
Crump.
you didn't laugh your ass
No,
off.
I
a couple
did.
times.
I did that. Comparing the two, that was night and day.
Oh,
Night and day, for sure. But,
John Candy was killing it back when
Yeah.
that movie came out.
yeah,
But it's really the same plot as Fletch. Have you ever seen Fletch?
I have.
Patricia's a
so
cultured
long.
man, so he's seen
Yeah.
Fletch like me. Tell me you don't think Fletch is a great movie, man. Oh yeah, it's a great movie. But it's the same plot. Who's Harry Crumb? Basically, is John Candy dressing up as different people and
Some guy that ends up figuring something out accidentally.
more shots, Jamie. Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
my.
Moderation. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
So so before we get into it, like your original impression of after we got done watching, Jason was tired as fuck too when he
Yeah,
got to the house.
yeah. No, I liked it. It was a good movie.
And for all disclosure, I fed you a steak. before
You did.
I
And
fed
it
you, I
was
think, a
one.
good meal. I did fuck Trisha's steak up. Sorry, baby.
It's okay.
But I'm
It was
admitting
good.
to it in front of the Facebook world. And I fucked
But you were
You
you were
didn't have to.
you were back and forth.
I
That
did
was-
overcook Trisha's steak. She likes her still alive. You grew up in Pine Hills like I do. You don't want a steak moving.
No,
You know what I mean?
medium is very. There's a balance because if you do it too rare, it's tough. If you do it too well, it's tough. But right there in the middle,
See, I like-
it's so tender and succulent
So tender and succulent.
and
Nice and pink inside.
delicious.
Well, I ate
Fuck
some
yeah.
pink tender stuff after
Yeah,
the steak.
yeah, right.
What?
yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
But we're
Are we
about
still
the
talking
food.
about steak?
We're
Yeah.
talking about dinner.
Oh, okay.
I had
Wonderful,
after dinner.
wonderful pasta with the mushroom,
Yeah,
the
garlic
mushroom
sauce.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I would know you guys only eat good when I'm not around.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We eat good all the time.
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. But Well, you know, I shoved it up a little bit.
You did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice.
Caught
It
him
was-
as a
I asked if you
graduate
were coming.
out
It was
there,
nice.
1999.
To dinner.
Not official sponsor.
I had to ask him. I'm like, am I supposed to be somewhere? You
Yeah,
didn't tell me about.
yeah.
Nope.
He almost
Nope.
got Jason in trouble. Baby was
Yeah,
tall. He's
he
like,
legit just said, nope,
Yeah.
that's it. Nope.
you didn't want to have to share his steak with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude,
I would
the
have
best,
gotten another one.
the best thing is when I took Jason to a steakhouse. We went to
Not just a steakhouse.
it wasn't even like
What steakhouse are we talking about?
Well, I mean, they're not a sponsor, but Charlie Steakhouse. You guys make a delicious
Oh,
steak.
check
Oh.
out that one.
You know,
I've never, ever been
They
to a
brought-
place like that.
they brought Jason
You won't again.
they brought Jason a tray of meat, and he got to pick his own meat. Have you ever seen a tray of meat?
No, the closest I've come is Texas.
That's pretty good.
Is that
That's an
something
alley
it's
oop.
not
That's a
tray
good
of
one.
meat?
That's an alley oop.
That's a sound clip for later. No, the closest I've come is like Texas Roadhouse. When you walk in, you walk
You
by
see
the
a meat there.
yeah, that's
in a
it.
case.
In the
You see
case.
a case of meat.
You're right. You
Yeah.
don't have your connoisseur telling you each individual.
I like
Oh
to
yeah,
pick
where
my
they where they got the where they got it from,
Yeah.
what they used it, you know, where
Right.
it comes from and everything.
the cow's name.
Oh yeah,
You know.
Bessie.
Yeah, this was Bessie,
He
and
picked sprinkles on the floor.
yeah. You know, I have met a bigger exotic dancer named Sprinkle before.
Mm,
You know, I'm a big girl fan.
right. Yes.
Love it.
Yep.
I love
Hmm.
it. You know what I mean? I just hey,
That's
you.
you.
Know what
That's
I
your
mean.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I like a lot of bang for my buck. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
I was
But,
going to tell you
You
to
know,
be careful.
so I fed you a good steak before I
Yes.
made you watch Who's Harry Crumb.
Yes.
So since Trish doesn't do any research anymore on the movie, did you research anything today?
Were you busy?
Oh shoot!
Were
Hold
you-
on, we got some research.
Oh, she's got
Sure.
research.
Well,
All right.
let's
What
see.
you got?
Maybe.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, I see that the movie was out on February 3rd.
Yep.
1989.
Which was-
1989.
What
What
were you
I
doing?
was
89.
1 year old.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
One.
Yeah.
You
I was
what?
I was
I was
8.
one.
I was 8.
I was
Man.
Yep.
What you
like
got?
one
I-
and not even a full month later. Like not
Wow.
even like 13 months old. I was legit one.
Trish and her dates.
What?
This is
ahead.
what the line says on the thing.
Nutrition or dates?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dates.
Oh, look at that.
Hello.
I was in middle school. I was 12. 12?
Man. Yeah, I don't even know what I was doing.
No.
I have a lot of
Elementary
bond-
school, I'm assuming.
I have a lot of bong resin in my head. So there's a lot of like
I
allegedly.
don't have that.
Allegedly.
I don't either.
Like there's a lot of information that I just forgot.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
dates and
you've
times
you've
where I was
forgotten
at.
more than I know. So
Dates and times where I was at certain places. Allegedly, I may have been in foreign countries at certain times. Who knows?
right.
So there
Amsterdam.
really wasn't a whole lot that happened
Not a
that
fucking thing I
day.
could find. Yeah.
In the news.
Not 1989.
There was a
There was a Florida man though story. Did you find that?
oh, I
there's
did
always a
not
Florida
find
man.
that.
Oh,
There
Florida,
was-
Florida man.
There was a kid that got stuck in like 32-degree weather or something like that. Clearly not here in Florida. And he
There's like one
survived with
day.
some frostbite.
So you know, Florida man brought in a gator into a store,
Oh, how big
Like
was
a
it?
like a dog.
like a baby gator, and he
Oh, okay.
let it loose in the store, and like this thing caused havoc and shit, and it was like a standoff and everything. That's great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all because the man was trying to buy what beer?
No.
What beer?
PBR.
It wasn't
Was it really?
PBR, but it
Nope.
was Busch Light.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Speaking of Busch Light,
It's
Oh
delicious.
my.
have you seen the conspiracy theory about it?
No.
No. So this is not,
You know, I like to have a Busch Light if I'm hot outside and I
Mhm.
go in the shower. I drink a Busch Light.
yeah, while you're in the
Take a
shower.
shower.
Nice. So
I call it a redneck refreshment.
absolutely,
It's a
it is.
redneck spa.
It absolutely. is.
Yeah.
So what I heard is that the government is asking growers of like corn and hops and whatever they're buying their crops for them not to actually sell them, so they can not produce beer.
What?
That's fucking
That's
bullshit.
what I heard.
Why
That's
would they
what
do that?
I
would
don't
start
I
my
don't
own
know.
militia.
I don't know. But one of the guys was like, "You better hurry and get your bush light. You better get it now because you might not be able to get it later."
Why is it specific
So it's
to
just
bush?
bush light.
Why
I don't-
is it
well, that's
specific
what
to
he
bush?
said. I don't know.
So allegedly, this is a
Is there
man.
gonna be no more
this is a
bush?
man that,
Yeah.
that lives out by where you work.
Probably.
No. This is one of the. This is actually was a couple different
more bush.
like YouTube things or Instagram.
Are you a fan of the bush though? Are you a bush guy or you
No,
like-
I don't
I
like.
like bush.
Patricia over there, he got a lot of Mexican in him. He loves bush.
Yeah, yeah. I like a little bush. Yeah,
A little.
just a little bush. I mean, I'm trimming her up around the edges.
Oh, he's got to say
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Let's get
Come
on
on.
there. Go ahead, Patricia. Go ahead.
Being Mexican, I deal with a lot of bush.
Oh yeah.
Cutting it, trimming it, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in nursing school. I learned how to trim bushes.
I did not learn that in nursing school.
Yeah,
Really?
we had to shave people in nursing school.
No,
I didn't.
I would assume to find it. Depending on what you're doing.
I mean, I found it through bushes before.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I've been called a pathfinder a time or two. But I like a little trail. Still
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah. I definitely.
like a place to
I'm
land.
good for a little
You know,
land
one of your
strip or.
bushes
Yep.
in a nice straight line.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Do you get to create your own masterpiece though?
No, I stay out of the creative process.
Oh.
Not me. I'm right up in there.
Yeah.
Put a little bow on it and everything.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into some bush trimming later.
There we go.
He's not lying. He's
I
not
like.
lying.
I know he's not. I like landscaping.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
However, I think as the rescue company one, I was watching Harold and Kumar the other day, and they had a bottomless party.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to bring that back because everybody does topless, but bottomless party, I think is the way to go. What do you
There's
think?
probably a
Patricia?
lot more variety.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because a topless party, you go, oh, titty,
Yeah.
titty,
All right.
titty, and I love a titty. I'm not just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
bottomless,
that
you
was
go,
fierce.
bottomless, you go, wow, that's amazing.
but do
You'll
you
get to see different landscaping.
yeah, well, do you
Yes.
tell them ahead of time so they can prepare, or do you just
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
no,
It should be on the invitation.
okay,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right.
I feel like it should be a surprise.
Know what you're working with. Yes, absolutely.
I feel like it should be like,
But that's
this is who
would you would you
are.
want to show up to somebody's house and like, oh hey, we're
Yeah.
gonna go swimming,
Yeah,
you know,
just
and,
like
and
an
you're like,
angry. There'll be somebody with an
I've
angry
been there.
angry bush.
yeah, right.
And those people have husbands who don't care about that.
Yeah,
No,
tuck,
I mean,
tuck it in.
So,
Yeah. Some people just like, hey, okay,
and they're like, let's show the world.
yeah. Everybody gets
Yeah.
a push.
Yeah.
For their
Bush for
birthday.
you, bush for you.
Bush.
Again, have no clue how we got here, but we're back into.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Yeah.
Who's Harry Crumb?
So, babe, what else you got for like?
She doesn't know she lost
Oh,
her.
my God. Ugh.
Madonna and Sean Penn evidently had reconcilable differences.
Oh,
Like a virgin.
Yep,
know-
we're back to that.
So, anything else?
Not really.
So, did you know this? Like, you can reuse your 1989 calendar on what year? So, if you wanted to save your
Oh.
1989
I
calendar,
do have some birthdays.
oh, well, she's looking for that. What year could you use your 1989 calendar again?
I would be guessing completely.
2016.
Is it always like consistent? Like if we know now, then 90 would be the next year, or does it? Kind of,
That a question I don't know.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I just found this fact. And
Okay.
I thought it was
Too
pretty
much
cool.
math for me.
Yeah, right.
Is it goes back to like the whole millennium thing where
Daddy Yankee.
you
I don't know.
you can't put your
These reggaeton
VCR millennials. You can't put your VCR on
What's a
2000 because it'll screw it all up. So you got to go back to whatever year
Yeah.
prior that
Wow.
lines
So-
up.
Have you tried to time a CPR since the millennial change? Like that's crazy. So for the millennials out there, VCRs are these things that we used to watch movies on. And you would have to like get set
Before a DVD player.
or
Yeah.
DVR or
Right.
fucking
It was also
TiVo.
before
Like
DVR.
there was a world out there. You had to do
Netflix.
some work.
Yeah.
And you had to like figure out
You
like
had to
how
get
to
blank
like
tape.
yeah. Oh, and the right tape. And then
Yep.
if your dad was too cheap,
And
you
you
just
had
took
to
a
push.
regular tape and you put like tissue
Yes.
in the
You
hole.
cover that.
Yeah, you put tissue in the hole so that way it would cover it up so you can
Yep,
record
you can record
90210,
whatever you want.
which I never miss an episode.
I
Oh.
love that show.
Oh,
I-
that's awesome.
Are you a Melrose Place person too?
Yes.
Shit, yes. Never miss an episode of that shit. Jamie, you like 90210?
Who doesn't?
Exactly.
The original though. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Yes, they tried to like bring it back a
Fuck
couple
that.
years ago.
Fuck
It
that.
was
Thank you,
not.
Yeah.
It was
No.
not okay.
It was just like bringing Full House back. I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Why mess up a good thing?
My daughter watches that
Fuller House.
Fuller House.
every day.
Yeah.
Not
No.
official
Yeah, so
sponsor.
does- so
Not
does-
official sponsor.
Over
Tegan
and
love-
over.
Tegan loves it.
I've
And
tried,
over.
and
I haven't
it's
seen it
just
yet. You don't want to ruin a good thing.
no, and it
You
does.
try to modify a Reese cup, like it's
To be honest, I've watched it. It's not that bad.
no.
Well, they
It's
got
not
like a-
bad if you're not comparing it to the
Oh
original.
yeah. No.
If you're just looking at it as a new show, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's so far away.
Put the mic right in your mouth.
In
like,
your mouth. There you go.
Jeez.
Jason goes later on.
Yeah.
Anybody
Well,
else need a drink?
I think I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jamie. You're awesome. Jamie got a great ass.
She does.
She was-
She's got great boobs too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
This is a personal TRC1 bartender
So-
Yeah.
here at Johnny's Filling Station, non official sponsor.
Jamie's filling station.
Jamie's Filling Station.
Just kidding.
Do we want a filler station? Is that what you said?
There it is.
Shots. Oh shit. Hold on.
Oh
There we
man. Here we go.
What?
go. Allegedly.
I thought we were working on moderation.
I know. I thought I had to go home.
So, ooh.
You
Well,
could have,
if
like,
they didn't
I
taste so good,
know,
I
right?
know.
then
It's
Yeah.
my lips.
yeah,
So-
once it hits your lips,
So
It
good.
just goes down so easy.
I'll do
So
one.
anyways,
I'll do once.
So, yeah.
17 later.
Nathan
So-
Lane had a birthday
Oh yeah.
on February 3rd.
I love that dude. Birdcage.
Yep.
Thank you for the birdcage.
Blythe Danner, which her name sounds familiar, but I don't know what she was in.
No fucking clue.
Daddy Yankee.
No shit.
Yeah. Who's that?
He's a
Oh,
musician.
you know who that is?
He's what?
Yeah,
Oh.
He's a
rapper.
musician. Daddy
Yep.
Yankee. Yeah.
I
can't
didn't know
believe
that.
Just,
Not a-
Really? You didn't know that?
I did not know
We were sitting here making fun of it.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Don't make fun of him.
Okay.
So you know, on that date though, the Baseball National League announcers. Well, that's a Daddy Yankee song right there. Announces that broadcaster Bill White, who's the first African American president of the National Broadcasters Association for Major League Baseball. So that's a pretty big. That's a pretty big deal.
That's a
right
big
there.
deal. Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you got to understand that, like, everything in baseball up to, like, our centuries, we're dealing with, what are you doing? What? Oh,
Nail
so you see
polish.
my face? Shit. I
There
don't
we
think people want to see me. So, everything in baseball to that point was still, you know, segregation still happened. Yeah, we had a Negro League for years. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, it's like, so we're dealing with, like, you know, this is a big deal right here. The guy of the people broadcasting baseball games, radio, TV, or anything, African American. So
Yep.
Mr. Bill White, that's a good little thing there.
That's cool.
1870, the 15th Amendment of the United States Constitution was ratified.
I bet Amanda knows what that one is. What's the 15th Amendment?
What? Oh, I have no idea.
No, you should.
I got nothing. And I can't Google it because you're using my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not using your phone. You're
Well,
using.
you put it in that little thing.
What?
What do we do?
So the 15th Amendment was basically when it was ratified in 1870 on that date, they basically said that regardless of race, you can still, a male could still vote, which was pretty specific, right?
Still
A
vote?
male could
A
still
male.
vote
Yeah.
regardless
vote.
of race.
Right.
So that means that like women still weren't allowed to vote.
Right.
back then.
They're still lower than
Yeah.
the people that they were racist against all
Yes.
those years.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy.
1870.
It is crazy.
1870.
So Jason was like 2.
Damn, man, Jason. Since you said you
Yeah.
robbed the cradle. That's
Yeah.
a movie, millennials. Watch that shit.
Right. The
You're like
hand
the
that rocks
male
the
version of Miss
That was a good movie.
Miss Johnson. Mrs. Johnson. Yeah.
I saw Miss Johnson.
Ooh.
And that rocks the cradle.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah, we should watch that next time.
Hmm.
It could be your birthday movie.
No.
One more thing. So 1984 Space Shuttle program, the ST-41B is launched using what shuttle? This is big epic. The Challenger.
The Challenger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a little thing
did
there.
it?
Yep.
It
I don't think it was
exploded in '84.
No, it wasn't the crash. It was one of the missions the Challenger went on there.
Yep.
So because it has obviously since it exploded, it has the least missions of all of the space shuttle program. So.
Yep.
So
What year was that?
when it crashed, I don't know off the top of my head when it crashed. Look that up.
Yeah. Research.
Research,
We got
man.
some research.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So as far as that movie, Who Was Harry Crumb? It sucked. There's some funny parts to
No,
it.
the one before sucked. This one
Was okay.
It was okay. I
like Mike Myers.
Well,
I
thought
love Mike
I
Myers.
do
I
too,
thought
but not
the
that
Axe
movie.
Murder movie was pretty funny.
No.
I thought it was funny.
There were lots of
Oh.
January 28th, 1986.
86.
1986. So it crashed like a couple
86,
years
yeah.
later, man. A few years later.
I remember
Yep.
watching it in school.
We still had 2 years till I was born.
Wow. That is so crazy, Jason.
Yeah, it
You
is.
brought a minor to a bar.
Ah.
You're like, who brought a baby to a bar?
I need to wear my Carlos shirt. What from what is it? The movie where he was wearing the baby.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Hangover.
yeah,
Hangover,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, I got that shirt.
Yeah,
you got
I
the same
did.
shirt?
I do.
He
Yeah,
does.
Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that shit. We're wearing that next podcast.
Okay.
You're gonna have to go to my other
Oh,
house.
did you throw it away?
No, I think it might have gotten packed away because it no longer fit you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm losing a little. So.
Maybe we can find you a new one.
So
Maybe
it's
it'll-
medium. It's a medium husky size.
Yeah.
It's a medium.
Yeah, it's a schmedium.
So again, people should watch it. It's about a murder mystery. Who's
Yep.
Harry Crumb?
Yep.
Really, the important shit here is like you've gotten some good educational historical facts about that date, and all that shit.
Yeah.
But how many bindles would you give this? Again, for
Um,
people watching the first time, Bindle's a homeless man. Or Miss City of Orlando.
Wow, what year was that?
Oh, it's like shit. Well, none of us were alive when that
Yeah.
Pretty
right.
sure I was.
But that's some
I
shit.
definitely wasn't.
I probably was not living
And she's-
here, but I was probably.
She's
alive.
been married to her husband for like 37 some odd years or something like that too. That's the other thing with Delta Burke. So she's
Wow. I did
so,
not know that.
Yeah, pretty lady. She got a little big booty on her.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
a big booty.
As you get older, you get a little bigger
Hey, yeah.
around the neck.
Yeah. I like a slim fine woman with some twerk. So so that Miss Delta Burke, man. A lot of people don't know that.
Nope.
City of Orlando. Miss Flame, City of Orlando. Fire department. I don't know what year that shit was, but it was old. They got a picture down over at like the old Station 1. They used to be out there.
Oh, really?
So
One of my favorite parts of the of that
1972.
movie-
I was not alive.
No, one of my favorite parts of that movie.
1974. She was Miss Florida.
there you go.
Nice.
Man, I'm good at research.
She was.
It's
she was
funny because a
crowned.
lot of people think I'm bad at paperwork.
She
which
was
is
crowned
allegedly.
Orlando Fire Department Miss. Sorry,
What year, baby, was that?
I think
She
she
lost
just said
it.
72.
72, Miss Orlando Fire Department.
She was Miss Florida in 74.
Man.
Wow,
Huh?
look at her. She's beautiful.
So the Orlando Fire Department was her stepping stone.
Historical facts, people.
And then, like, yep.
My favorite part of the whole movie, right here.
Oh, yeah. I need a hero.
What other movie?
Footloose. It's the best scene ever with
And
Rabbit.
Yes.
and
Dueling. We have
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Oh,
I
And
don't
it's
think
a
I've ever
Shrek.
seen that,
That's
but I'm
so
a
fu-
huge
that's so
And
Footloose
it's
funny.
a Shrek 2. It's a Shrek 2.
Yeah,
Shrek 2.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Who
Yeah.
knows what's in Shrek 2?
Hey, like anybody that
Don't
knows
worry
it's
about
a
it.
great soundtrack. You know, it has Kashmir, Led Zeppelin is in Shrek 2. It's a freaking, yeah, it's a little thing out there. I'll tell y'all fuck up.
Little thing.
You don't,
Little
you
thing.
don't want to pick me in a trivia contest.
No, no.
Are we gonna go to cartoon
I'll
trivia?
Use you. I'll use
When
you.
is cartoon trivia?
Next Wednesday.
Next
Oh,
Wednesday
where's
is
it at?
cartoon trivia at Graffiti Junction.
Graffiti Junction.
At what time?
It's at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Which graffiti
But
junction?
which
Yeah.
graffiti junction?
Thornton Park.
Thornton
Thorn
Park.
Park Graffiti
You can
Junction.
see our producer Patricio. He's
Which
going to
is
be
awesome.
hosting it.
Now, does that
It's
mean
gonna
that
be
we're
amazing.
not eligible to win?
You are eligible.
Ooh.
We have over $100 in prizes to give.
Oh,
We're going.
Are any of those Jack Daniels prizes?
You can get some Jack Daniels.
Soon to be maybe an official
Yes,
sponsor for
soon to
Patricio.
be.
Jack
Yes.
Daniels, we love
We're
you.
hoping.
absolutely.
Good luck.
Great people of Tennessee. Make a delicious product.
I'll be your cheerleader. I suck at
Yeah.
trivia. But I can cheer you on.
I'm good.
I am also not good at trivia.
I will fuck some shit up with some
I
trivia.
don't know
I
jack
throw
shit about
chairs.
anything.
Oh, I'm sure.
I throw chairs. I do everything.
I guarantee.
I don't know
it.
anything.
We have cartoon trivia next Wednesday, and then serial killer trivia.
Oh,
Now
fuck
Oh.
that I can do.
that-
Serial killers, sign
Serial
up.
killer trivia, we're
Okay,
doing.
this is very disturbing about the American culture right now because
So-
yesterday when I made the announcement of cartoon trivia at
Uh-huh.
Graffiti Junction,
Mhm.
not official sponsor, we're working on that.
Great
Everyone
people.
was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then the second I said serial killer trivia, everyone and their mothers
Yes.
lost their shit.
I'm in, dude.
Sign me up. I
Dude,
can do that one.
I tear some shit up. You know, I didn't finish talking about the whole Jodi Arias thing. You started talking about the whole thing earlier with her, but like,
Yeah.
she's definitely that scale of hot and crazy.
Yes.
I
Oh,
think.
she's batshit crazy.
Oh
Yes, that's the scale.
And again,
I don't really think
before
she's
I make
that
my
hot.
next comment, I would like to refer everybody back to the disclaimer I gave at the beginning.
Yes.
You may want to
Your
turn this off
opinion?
if your kids are listening to it. But check this
I
shit out.
hope your kids aren't listening.
Crazy pussy is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? You've asked
Yeah.
crazy pussy. Your wife just went into the bathroom.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not because she wouldn't be my wife
Yeah.
if she was so
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
She has her moments. She
Oh,
has
this
her
is
moments.
fantastic.
But
Listen,
absolutely.
Patricia, you got a crazy pussy story?
Oh hell yeah!
Every
Crazy pussy
dude
is always
does.
the best pussy because they know what they're doing because they've done some shit in some weird
Oh.
situations.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially if their name ends in Y, they're even crazier.
Hey. Well, sometimes, it's pretty bad, too. So, you know, like, this is the thing, man. Like, I'm an open book when it comes to shit. So I just tell
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
my business anyways. But, like, you know, like, I got caught with some crazy pussy.
Mhm.
Crazy pussy showed up at the house, talked to Trish.
Oh,
Bad day.
how did Trish handle that?
Yeah, it was the worst week of my life. But you know, it makes you realize when you do stupid shit. Because as a dude, you do stupid shit. You make stupid
Absolutely.
decisions. You do stupid things. You know,
Absolutely.
you shouldn't do that shit.
That's why you archive
Yeah.
their Facebook chat or mute their text messages.
Yeah.
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 It
Little-
doesn't always
I don't
work
do
out
any.
like that.
I don't do any social media stuff.
Right.
But,
Yeah. You know,
But-
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
But,
good.
You know,
It
I
helps.
would say this though, man. There's sometimes you get some crazy pussy. You go, man, I should have never done this.
But let me
Yeah.
ask
Yep.
you, like, how tight did your asshole clench when the crazy pussy pulled up?
Well, I wasn't even home.
Oh, you weren't home.
Oh, no, it showed up talking to Trish on his own.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you stuck in a spot where you can't leave too. That's a bad part. You know what I'm saying?
You get a phone call.
Yeah.
We
bad.
need to talk.
There was no phone call.
There was no phone.
Oh, you showed up.
Nope.
Nope.
Just
Nothing.
Call me again.
No.
But that does bring up the point. Like years later, we worked through that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
the reality is that you know what's right for you and what's not, and
Yep.
it's just, it happens, man.
Yes.
Like you will, as an adult, make stupid fucking decisions.
Absolutely.
Especially as a man, pussy's usually involved.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're a dude that doesn't like pussy, some dick is involved.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? But there's
Either
some-
way.
Yeah. There's some bodily part involved in it that you just get some shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's like crazy dick out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Is
like,
there?
I'm sure there is, baby. I don't know. I don't like dick. But
I
I'm
don't
just
either.
saying that
That's not what I
there's
You
probably
don't like dick?
No,
That's what you
I
just
don't know.
said. I believe
don't
that's
know.
what you just said.
I don't know about crazy dick. I have not run into that
But people make stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Like it's
every
crazy.
day, all day long.
It's crazy, bro.
Here, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Multiple times a day.
like that's the one thing if anything you take it from the podcast today, one of those things is like sometimes you got it good and you still fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. You got it good as hell and you just still you just figure out, hey, I'm gonna fuck this shit up just because.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
Right.
Learn to live from my shit.
Mhm.
That's why I tell people
Yeah.
I always, hey, I share my shit so people don't do the same stupid
Right.
shit I did.
Right. Right.
Love you, man.
Just sit back,
Yeah.
take it all in, just
Yeah.
relax.
Sometimes it's so hard not to do the dumb shit though.
Oh man,
Like to ruin it on purpose.
Oh,
just
it
because
is.
that's what you're used to.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. No, it ain't. Because I remember how bad I felt. I'm gonna tell you the worst week. Anybody that knows me knows that what they could tell you what week that was.
Yeah.
Like it was literally the worst week of my whole entire life. Like pain, bro.
Mhm.
Like you talk, man. And then we went and talked to the counselor lady, and that lady goes, "That motherfucker ain't never gonna do that again." That's the exact words of black lady. She said, "That dude will
Yeah.
never do that shit again." Because I felt that shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt that shit like ridiculous.
Yep.
Man, we get into some holes in here. In this
I know.
podcast. don't
There are
if we get into this
feelings.
shit.
Can we go back to the bushes?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. We're going back to the feelings again.
So,
Then we're going to talk
what about the
crazy
movie?
ones,
What
and now we're back
what
to-
well,
else
we're done
you-
with the movies, but
we're done with the movie? Okay.
yeah. So, but
All right.
what are we doing Monday, Jason? What's Monday?
Well, Monday is an elite opportunity for
You put a
those
lead in it.
that want to show their precedence for search and rescue, and
So-
that's going to be INDOC.
Yeah, I think it's good to kind of explain to people. We've done it before on the podcast, kind of talked about it, but it's a little bit more refined as we have gotten the first
Yeah.
group of people
Well,
through the.
everything
it's like-
as you go on, it's going to be that way.
So
Everything.
Monday is our rescue indoctrination class, which basically means if you want to come do the helicopter search and rescue class, you can come through this 20 hours of shenanigans
Yes,
that we're gonna put you through.
absolutely.
I think though it is great that having you on the podcast to having you have gone through it
Mhm.
to answer a few questions. Number one, and be honest.
Yeah.
When you did it originally, so your first time when you went through
Your
rescue,
first time.
your rescue indoctrination class, did
Yes.
you there's probably things that we did that day that you thought were just things that you were doing just because I wanted you to do some crazy ass shit.
Yes and no. I truthfully, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know how long the day was going to go. I just did what I had to do. And, there was one part that was very painful that everybody's going to have to do. And that was, something that you'll find out when you get through there.
Yeah, we don't want to give away too much shit.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna
Oh
die.
no, I'm not telling anybody because
Nobody
I didn't.
gets a
Die
warning.
doing shit.
I didn't know, so you're not gonna know.
Yeah, but I think as your year of class went through, you probably saw that there was a lot
Absolutely.
of things that made sense later on.
Yes.
You
Yes.
saw it before we did it.
So that being my first time we'd really ever interacted and first time we'd ever done anything together. I was recommended by Abo to go there. I'm gonna do everything I can to make him proud. right?
Yeah.
And that was my goal to
Yeah.
that day. So I did that. Going through it, I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to quit. You know, I think a couple podcasts back you had mentioned like, oh, there's the guy, the one fat guy, in the class.
Oh man.
We never finished talking about that.
Dude,
the one fat guy.
I lost $50 on you. I didn't
Like,
fucking think you would
that
make
guy?
it. I didn't think you would make it at all.
Not
dude.
gonna have it. Not gonna have it.
That's
But-
one thing about him. He will not quit.
No.
Oh no, and there's a part in the class that I remember. Jason, we had to do knots under the water. You remember that shit?
Yep.
And like Jason kept going down, and like I finally, because the whole thing is just watching people see if they're gonna give away. They're gonna give everything they got into the shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for. I said,
Right.
like, this person gonna give everything they got. I really honestly thought Jason was gonna pass out. Like
I wasn't gonna stop.
I was like, he's gonna black out under the water. And I brought him up. Like, you remember me bringing you up?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, man,
Yeah.
breathe.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this dude's gonna black out in
Yep.
this water. And I was like, damn. I was like, but the dude wasn't gonna stop. And that's the shit we were looking for from everybody that
Right.
did that stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you fast forward to like a year later when you're jumping out of a helicopter and you're doing all the shit. Like, the reality is that when we had the professional pararescue man looking at you, and those guys gave me an assessment on you guys, they go, we don't know what you did to these guys before they got here, but there was nothing freaking out. Because the day we went out and did that shit, it was 30, it was like 10-foot seas, 30 knot winds,
Right,
it was
right.
pretty good. Not the best training day.
Right. Yeah.
And y'all went and kicked some ass.
Yeah. And what is so crazy is the fact that that guy deals with people that are in the military.
Doing
That's their job. That's all they do is that.
Yeah.
And in the military, you think these are the badass people, and he's like, you guys did some shit. You guys did it.
Yeah, you guys were shaky. I took all the flinching out of you. I hit y'all in the face before you got there.
Absolutely. It was great. You know what? And that's I love learning that way. I love it. Now, now that I'm, kind of accustomed to the whole thing, is I know every time you give us something,
there's a reason.
There's a reason.
There's a reason.
I'm not going to know tomorrow. I might not know next month.
There's a reason.
But there's always a reason, and that's fine. Apparently, I didn't care in the first place because I'm going to just do what you tell me to do.
Nah, we want a little bit of somebody that got some special to them. You know what I mean? They're not going to question. You've been touched.
That's right.
And that's the type of person we're looking for when you're doing this thing. And it's like, because it is our first group going through. You guys are now the people teaching the next group going through.
Right.
We didn't want it to be that thing that you showed up and you passed.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You had to put something into it.
Absolutely. I think that when we had so far, if I looked at the list, we've had about 15 people that were supposed to show up Monday, and we're at 10 that are showing up Monday. So that means there's like 5 people decided that this was not going to be the best thing for them because they realized that we weren't going to just pass it.
Right.
And I had a phone conversation with a grown ass man on the phone that basically said, "Hey man, I think I'm gonna pass on this one," because he realized that he was going to
have to do it.
Show up, and he wasn't going to necessarily pass.
Yeah.
This isn't a money-making thing for us. This isn't a thing of as a matter of fact, it's probably a money loss.
It is a money loss.
Yeah, we lose money
all day, every day.
But it is a mission that we do feel absolutely honest. Yeah, Trish probably looks every time the Amazon man or some UPS comes in there and delivers something that we just bought shit. But yeah, that's her vacation.
I haven't even bought snacks yet.
Yeah, that's her vacation. That's her stuff. But that's where our money goes, man. It's doing because we believe in the program. We believe in something that doesn't exist. Like the type of training that we're doing is doesn't exist in the civilian world. We are the people doing this. So
anybody that starts something from scratch, like what you're doing, is gonna take time, money, effort, and we're putting it in. We're putting it all in. That's it.
So I thought it'd be great to just kind of talk about the whole pipeline, if you may want to call it that, or the whole the different things that people will go through when they do this. So obviously there's the indoctrination Monday, which it's you guys finished in 18 hours, I think you guys did.
Was it that long?
No,
Yeah,
it was.
about 18
Oh,
hours.
it was long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Oh no,
like,
I know it
it
was
was-
long.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
finished around 1 a.m.
I just feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
One.
The
1:30.
the
I
re-
think it was closer to 2 when y'all
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah, the
Was it
reality
really?
is that we allocate more time to it as it is. Like, there's time allocated to it. Well, how much time that is, I'm not going to tell you what that is. I mean, it's fucking, you
Right.
show up and
Yeah, you do it.
don't
You
die,
do
and
it.
you finish, you fucking. You
I'm
make
pretty
it
sure it
through.
was cold too. It might have been a little.
It was. It was November.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, it was
think.
like the day before Thanksgiving.
I do
Yeah,
think that.
like the Monday
I do
before.
think that we're gonna watch like. So this is gonna be our second one. So this
Yep.
will be the warm weather one.
Mhm.
So now I did everything you guys did. Me and Justin.
Yeah.
A lot of it I did on my own when it was hot, trying that shit out.
Right.
And I
Right.
almost died a couple times. So I think the hot is worse than the fucking cold.
Ugh,
Agreed.
I don't know.
I don't know that Jason's gonna agree with you
I don't know
there.
about that.
Fuck that shit.
Oh,
He is not a cold weather guy.
Dude,
Ugh.
I did some of the shit, and the people at the office were looking at me, and they thought they were gonna call 911. I
Yeah.
was fucking not looking.
oh yeah. No, I mean, when I'm outside working, I'll go through 3 or 4 shirts, sweating,
Oh,
like
sweating, no
completely
Fuck the sweat.
drenched.
I'm just talking about
like-
being hot.
yeah.
Your internal
Yeah.
temperature
Yeah.
is fucking
Right.
hot. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. I'd rather be cold. So so you go through, but before you even show up now, the groups that are coming up, they have like PowerPoints they have to watch.
Yes.
It is all for safety and stuff like that. They kind of know proper lifting technique and
Yep.
all that BS and all that stuff. You know
Yep.
how to put on PPE. and
That
all that
you know
shit.
what? That's one thing that I really enjoy about this entire program is that you don't take people's time and waste it.
Yeah, I
You-
thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Because you give them the information ahead of time, so we're not sitting in a freaking classroom watching stupid PowerPoints,
Yeah.
doing
I'll do that shit.
no. When we come there, we're there to work,
Yeah,
and that's it.
And and there's some of the shit is on the honor system, right? So like you either watched it or you didn't.
Right.
I'll know you watched it or you didn't when
Yeah.
you show up. That's on you. You know. what I
Especially
mean?
when we ask you to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'll call a motherfucker out on some shit.
Yeah.
I'll call some dudes out on some shit. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yes, you didn't watch that shit on the PowerPoint." You know what's crazy is though when we went to go do Swiftwater.
Yep.
A couple people asked some questions that I go, "That's somebody that didn't watch the fucking PowerPoint." Like there was like 4 questions that are like repeated. And you know what's funny is that when we
still love
uploaded,
you.
when I uploaded the PowerPoints to the system,
Yeah.
shit got duplicated. So same motherfucking people that go, "Hey, there's slides that are duplicated." You didn't read the duplicated slides, motherfucker, because you asked a stupid question. There wasn't a duplicated slide. There was 3 duplicated slide questions that people asked.
Right. Right.
Well, I duplicated because you special. You didn't fucking read the shit
you
twice.
didn't read it either time.
Yeah, you need to read that shit ahead of time, motherfucker. So, anyways, they show up for NDOC, and then the next day after NDOC, whoever makes it through, we have like 5 hours of class
Right.
that we're gonna do, and we're doing that mostly because people are coming from out of town to do that shit. So we want to
Gotcha.
make sure that they are in there.
And again, so you're not wasting people's time. They're coming
Yeah.
from out of town.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit the physical stuff, hit the hands-on stuff hard, and be done with it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna hit it hard.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the shit
We're
out
gonna
of
hit
it.
it hard.
You know, I'm more of a one-side hitter
Yeah.
than hitting both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
Sometimes you can't
I
hit
do.
both sides.
Hot dog down the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So anyways, then they're gonna do like about a month, 30 days worth of classwork virtually, which we check in with them every Friday. So
Mhm.
this is gonna be the cool thing about not just being me now. So like you or
Yep.
Cop Rob,
Yep.
I think it'll be great. The
Yep.
days
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Rob
Cop
Yeah.
Rob.
because Rob's a cop.
Love golf.
He's a dick. He's a cop.
He's not though. That's the thing.
He's a cop.
He is not.
He is a cop.
He's not a cop.
You know
cop.
why he's gonna be a big
He's
dick? He's got his twin brother in this class.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that guy's screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
his twin brother in this class
Yep.
who's not a cop.
He's not a cop.
Yeah. So that's gonna be great. I love it. So he's gonna you got like United States Life Saving Association modules that they go through, the trauma emergency casualty care modules. That's a trauma class that we use for this program.
Yep.
And then they have the, like the search and rescue, like basically like your basic lifeguarding, surface water, surf water rescue tools. And
Yeah. And if you're not used to being in the water or being a lifeguard, those are all skills that you're going to need to know.
You know what's interesting is that people come to this class thinking they're gonna be a badass helicopter dude, but there's a whole lot of fucking swimming that goes into being a
Yeah.
badass helicopter motherfucker.
Right.
And if you can't swim,
Yeah.
you That's part of the class.
You should
yeah.
not. You should not sign
No.
up if you
Yeah,
can't swim.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you what
This
we
is
call.
this is
And-
for somebody that does know how to swim.
And we will find that out very quickly.
So now,
Almost immediately.
so now people will come back to us for like
Swimming.
five live days where we're going to
Mhm.
actually do all their trauma skills.
Yep.
All their surface and surf water skills. We call it swimmer 1 and 2.
Yep.
So they'll end up leaving here as a surf and a surface water rescue technician after that portion of the class they come through. So
Yeah.
and they'll have their TECC or the trauma emergency casualty care trauma portion of this. I'm getting a little bit drunk. So anyways,
It's because somebody keeps ordering shots.
yeah.
I don't know.
Shot.
So after that 5-day period, and we allocate 6 days to it in case somebody's got to repeat skills that
Right.
they got to redo and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Then they're going to do like 30 days of online class again, where we're checking in with them every week.
Mhm.
An hour of virtual time that we're going to check in with them.
Right.
And then they're going to come back and actually do their rope work.
Again, we're not going to waste the time.
Not like
We have to do a 40-hour class. Yes, but majority of that 40-hour class is learning ropes, learning what the limitations of the equipment are.
Yeah.
Stupid shit like that.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
You do that ahead of time,
Yeah.
and then when you get here, we're going to put it to work, and we're going to know right away. Did you
Yep.
do it or not? Because
Yeah, and they're going to come back, and then we're going to actually get into some rope work, right?
Yep.
We're going to be rappelling off of buildings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, Patricia. And that's it.
I had to take a second look. I had to take a second
I love watching her walk away. It's my favorite thing.
yeah, okay, all right.
So then they, like 3 days of rope. Then like we're gonna do like 3 days of the actual swift water stuff. We got a pretty cool guy that
Oh, yeah.
actually does that.
Very cool guy.
For us, and we're going to be working with them. And
Yep.
that's a cool thing. As people go through the program, the actual people instructing you are going through stuff with you again.
Yeah.
So we're repeating all the rope work, all
Yeah.
the swift water work, and all the stuff. And it's like, man, that's I love it.
It's exciting.
And then again, they're going to go back and do their online virtual models of like the wilderness rescue, prolonged field care,
Which
Again,
is all
all-
new. That's all new stuff.
all
You
the
know?
classroom work with that, and then they're going to come back, and we're going to see them for an unknown amount of days. We won't tell people these because part of the time you're going to just be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So all your
Who's gonna be gone?
the people coming through class.
Oh.
So all your
And the instructors.
yeah. So all your advanced survival, prolonged field care, and all that stuff is going to be done for real.
Right.
Like we found the farm that you're going through. Like
Oh,
I think
nice.
this guy's killed people on that farm.
I think he has too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
So
doubt it.
we're gonna
It
go
totally
there,
looks like
and
it.
it's a farm, but this Mormon dude that owns this farm, people may
It's out
know
in the
this
middle
dude
of
is
nowhere.
like,
People have disappeared from that.
yeah, like
Lake County.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Listen, man, you
Sounds
gonna be
about right.
you're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Like nobody may find you.
Nobody.
And we're actually dropping you in there by helicopter. You're gonna
Oh,
drop
sweet.
in there, and you're gonna go in there, and you're gonna be surviving the shit. Like we're gonna
You're
have.
gonna be skydiving in there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm just
Now, when
kidding.
you don't find him, I get life insurance for that.
Well.
No, you have to have a body.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah,
get life
probably
insurance
shit
unless there's a
there.
body. Sorry.
Is that a true story?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna need to pull some of your teeth before you go. Then we can
Yeah.
dental
The
dental record
records.
identify you.
Well, if he ain't got the goddamn teeth, they ain't identifying shit.
Right.
They gotta have the
That's
teeth in them when they identify the
Go to
Right.
the dentist and have him.
Just because
do
you have
x-rays.
teeth in your hand,
No,
They're
your
gonna think-
teeth. I'm gonna pull your teeth out.
I know.
You
He's
don't
got to have the teeth in them
Right.
to be able to
to
identify.
be identified.
No, because he'll be like all gone, and I'll just put the.
I'll be all gone?
I'll plant those teeth there.
So you committed insurance fraud.
For
Here on the
future
rescue company,
reference.
we
Condone
don't
that.
condone insurance fraud.
No, not insurance. fraud.
So here's the big thing that a lot of people don't understand. So like at any portion throughout this, you're going to have to come to the air medical class. Now, even like so like at some point you've got to come be a paramedic, nurse, or doctor that does flight medicine. You got to come learn that shit.
Right. Because it's
Like-
important.
Yes. Like now we give you the option, and I'm gonna tell this right now because it says it's shit on the paperwork and this how this shit got accredited and all that. And we give you the option if you're an FPC, certified flight paramedic, or a certified flight registered nurse, you don't have to come through their medical class.
But
but we're gonna test you.
That's
out,
right.
motherfucker.
That's
So
right.
I suggest
You better be
come to
ready.
class.
Yeah. Right.
Part of the air medical class, you do your shallow water egress training. You do your helicopter on the water egress training, which is important,
Very, very
required
important.
material that
Yep.
you've got to do.
Mhm.
Plus some of your land survival basic skills. Again, if you go to the air medical class after your wilderness shit, you're gonna be really good at the skills.
Right.
But I would suggest you do it before you go to wilderness shit.
Right.
'Cause you'll be fucked up
Yeah.
when you do that.
Yep.
So, and then the last portion of that, then you're coming in for real helicopter rescue training, where we're gonna do our hoisting, helicopter rappelling, short haul.
What everybody's in it for.
Yeah.
Everybody's
You're
everybody's biting at the bit to get.
Yeah,
to get
everybody wants to
do
jump
that
out of a
part.
helicopter
Yeah.
so you actually do it.
Yeah.
So, it's funny because we figured out that the platform, jumping off the platform
Yep.
into the pool before we did that, we
Yeah.
never thought that would be something that would like get rid of people.
Yeah.
But
Game changer.
it was a game changer for some people.
Absolutely.
I have a crazy question.
Yeah.
Since I'll be there, documenting and recording you guys, for the show and for the Rescue Company One website, would I be able to participate in some stuff? Or
Oh yeah.
okay,
Can you swim?
Just curious.
Yeah.
Can you swim?
I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. it's connected to the
We-
United States.
Yeah, we have.
now, we have a Cuban
We
that we
invented
know.
the triathlon.
So it's funny as shit that you bring up an excellent point. So this is interesting because it's like you didn't even know you just walked into this shit. So our standard training thing is there's only one other civilian job prior to this that kind of has this helicopter trauma rescue specialist, and it's a border patrol. So so in 1994, the Clinton administration actually put into the Border Patrol, they call it BORSTAR, which is actually the Border Search and Rescue Trauma Team. And because there's so many deaths of people, drowning in the Rio Grande, and then the flash flooding that happens, and people would just get caught in that stuff, and dying in the desert, and so they created specialist people that actually do that type of thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it would be cool. Because since we'll have the equipment to record, document, and everything that's going on that day, have a civilian who has no experience
Oh
whatsoever
yeah, that'd be cool.
to see if they could if a civilian could go
Oh, yeah.
through it.
Oh yeah.
Well, when we get to that point in the afternoon,
Yeah, we'll know.
We'll know.
know,
Because you said it, so you're going to participate.
So the reality is it's a mind thing at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
we figured out
It
that
absolutely is.
you really could not pick the person that's going to make it through the whole way or who's not going to make it, because the reality is just it's a mind thing. Whoever is strong of mind is going to make it through
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Yep.
Not necessarily the real strong,
Physically strong,
stud-looking
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We figured that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah. Well, and even going through some of these water egress classes, same thing. You see these guys that are all jacked and ready to go, and the water, it's an equalizer.
Yeah.
The water.
Water changes everything.
That's right.
So once you go through this whole thing, there's still an assessment that you have to go through, which it's a 3-day worth assessment, which Jason hasn't done yet, so we're not going to
Nope.
really spoil it to a
Nope.
bunch of people. But you're going to come back, you're going to see the doctor. There's an oral board, which is not giving head.
Oh,
I wish it
Well,
was.
that's disappointing.
No.
You wish it was.
I would fail with that.
Yeah. So, I'm good orally.
Oh, whoa.
All right.
Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
I can breathe through my ears. That's pretty good. So, anyways, there's an oral board that, remember when we did, there's a portion in class we brought you guys all in and we had you guys just do a assessment in an airway. Remember that
Yep.
shit?
Oh, yeah.
All you guys should have been fired at that moment in time. You guys left that. That was horrible, man.
I don't think so. Not everybody.
Except for Angel.
That's
Angel was
right.
great.
That's right. Angel was my partner, so we're together. We go down together.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that
do you?
that was the funniest thing. Like we were the last. I think we were the last one to
Oh,
go.
yeah. You guys were last.
Yeah, we were the last one to go. Like Jesus
You guys
Christ,
did well.
this is taking forever.
And then you
What-
figured out why.
what the hell Well, I didn't figure it out because we got done with it.
They kicked ass.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
done in 15 minutes or whatever it was.
Dude, the board that we're gonna set up for you guys, like me and the doc have been looking through it, and it's fucking miserable. Like
Yeah.
I will feel bad for you as you go through it. Because
No, you won't.
Like this is the thing. Is
Not
like,
even a little bit, you
And
won't.
anybody that's coming through is that I want you to absolutely be as successful as you can when you come through all this stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to make you fail.
Yeah, you're going to give us
I
the
am
worst.
going to give you everything that I can, as hard as I can, to fucking make sure that you're the absolute right person that makes it through the program.
Right.
Because this is us. Like we are putting everything we have, our money, our reputation, our everything into this.
Yeah.
So that means that I need you to be the right person that makes
Yep.
it through the program. So it's like, listen, man, we get angry emails, we get everything like, why are you guys doing this and stuff like that? But we have the absolute support
Mhm.
of the military community that's giving us, those guys are out there giving
Yeah.
us that stuff.
They're backing us.
Yeah, we're not trying to do something that we're not able to do. We're doing absolutely what we're able to do
Yeah.
to fill a gap. Yeah. To fill a gap that needs to be filled.
That's right.
Sometimes I'm creating my own gap.
That's
to
right.
fill.
Sometimes you have to.
So that's kind of like the gist of like the whole like search and rescue
Yeah,
thing. And what we're
I'm
doing
pumped about it. I can't wait for us to do this.
And it's going to be
second
different.
one.
Yeah, as we do it, things are going to change
Yep.
and stuff like that. What we think works sometimes doesn't really work initially, and it's absolutely going to be awesome.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So definitely, I think the next one will be up as soon as we can fix our dates and stuff like that
Okay, cool.
on the website, and it'll be cool to see what Patricio puts up. He's going to be Facebook Live in it all
Oh, yeah.
day
Amazing.
Oh yeah,
till we send him to the hospital.
that's right. Are you gonna bring somebody with you so that if something happens to you?
I think it'll be cool. It's funny is we had the one dude in the air medical class that went hypothermic, who still doesn't remember. Like we had a dude. Do you hear the story?
No.
We had a dude go full on. I'm gonna tell you, Corey's an idiot. We'll start off by saying that. But I love Corey because Corey, had it not been for Corey, like really noticing the signs and symptoms of hypothermia, like realizing this guy's hypothermia, we would have had a drowning. We would have had a drowning.
Yeah.
And we had a dude going in full on hypothermia, was doing everything confused, was doing everything a hypothermic person would do. And like Corey caught it. He's a safety dude, man. He was on the money. And that's the biggest reason that Corey will always have a job here is because he was that heads up, and that shit I appreciate.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
saved the
Absolutely.
man's life, and
Yeah.
we didn't kill anybody, and we got to see what hypothermia does to you.
So I'll give you guys the opportunity. You can use me as a dummy that day. Like
Yeah.
this is how not to do it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I'll sign your waivers. I got a good pain tolerance, so I'll be your crash test dummy for that day.
You know what would be cool is the fact that you're going you make it through with everybody else, then you freaking see people can see that it's possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm down.
absolutely possible, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think that people know exactly, even up to this point, I don't think we've done the best showing the world what the rescue company does as far as in the search and rescue arena, even like to the air medical state. Like people still don't. I was just telling Josh yesterday, we were talking on the phone. I'm like, dude, like people still don't know what we can do. Dude, people don't know our capabilities. People underestimate us a lot. People like just like they don't realize what the resource that we are. And
Right.
Like that's the biggest problem that we have.
But you know what?
And
They're
I
gonna know. They're gonna know.
I
They're gonna
don't-
learn.
I don't know why that is.
I just we haven't had that opportunity to.
I
To
think
do-
when it comes to like credibility, like credibility wise, fuck, you've got Dr. Abel sitting on the thing like that. I've been a deployable asset in my career, 20 years of doing this shit, man. You're a legitimate human being, like snake fighting guy. So it's like we don't have just like regular assholes hanging around here all the time.
No.
You know what I mean? So
No.
it's like
all the guys
Yeah.
that are around here,
Yeah.
they've earned their spot.
very credible.
They're very credible. it seems.
I'm
I
a
think-
regular asshole.
I think like
You're beautiful and tall.
like 2 or 3 of them, because of what we've been doing, have gone on in their career.
Yeah.
So it says something. It absolutely says
I
something.
think so, man. It's one of the things that's crazy is some guy on the phone today was asking about airway class, and I was like, dude, we are a. He goes, you're a difficult airway course site, and I go, yeah, we own the license for Florida. We're like the only place in Florida that you can get this certification. And he goes, really? Like the round walls? So, yeah, that guy, that class.
Right.
We're those people. You know what I mean? It's like it's insane. People are there. It's like, yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Right here in Orlando? Yeah. Right here in Orlando, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that's us. But, that's all I got for today.
That's great. So, should people look us up and give us some ratings, or
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
how does that
Because
work?
like you're the social media dude. You should run this thing down.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a very nice lady that does a lot of our social media now. What's her name, baby?
Jody Taylor.
Get her in the microphone right there. This one right there.
Jody Taylor.
Jody
Yeah, what's the name
Taylor.
of her company? She's probably-
65 Media.
Oh yeah. Cool. All right. What you got, Patricia?
Yeah, so we're going to be
She's
doing
out
a
of
couple of
San
things
Diego.
with. I finally figured out the transfer for all your files to over iHeartRadio, so you guys will be available on iHeartRadio hopefully by the end of next week. Check out their Facebook, The Rescue Company One,
Oh, yeah.
and for Christ's sakes, please remind me of the website right now because I cannot.
The
You've given me
Rescue-
4 shots,
Yeah,
Carlos.
yeah.
This is not
So therescuecompany1.com. It is the number one.
Number one.
the number
Yep.
one.
Yep.
And Trish and I are going to be working on the TikTok and the Twitch in the next few days. So we will be, you guys will be all over the place. So if they can't
Yeah.
find you, there's something wrong with them.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do some TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be
You
amusing.
should start the TikToks at Indoc on Monday.
That's why I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're trying to get out there, let people know what we can possibly do. and
TikTok on
different things.
Monday.
Imagine the new dances you guys could. You could become TikTok famous. There's your money.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there we
coming.
go.
It's
Let's
coming.
do it,
Don't you
Patricia.
worry.
So
That's a challenge.
please give
for
us
sure.
the rate us on Apple Podcasts
Yep.
because that's huge.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. And any of the podcast platforms, just give us a rating. You ain't got to say shit. Just put on it, give us things.
5 stars.
stars.
Five
man.
stars.
Five stars. I'll
Yeah.
take 5 stars.
Not whatever you want. Just put
The
5
guys
stars.
from Small Town Murder, they always say, you
Yep.
just write down like your lunch,
Yeah.
whatever you have.
I was
They don't care
listening
what
to
you
him
say.
today.
I love those guys, man. That's my favorite podcast,
Yeah,
man.
I listened to him.
And Patricia's podcast, I listen to that one too.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite ones. A Side of Chaos. You should listen to that.
If you're going to say that, then.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there it
there
is.
you go.
Here he comes.
So this year, for the 3rd year in a row, With the Side of Chaos has been nominated for Best Local Podcast by Atlanta Weekly. And I promise you, by next year, once you guys get me in here, I will have you guys on the ballot. And then, we'll be going at each other for a little bit, but it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
it's all right.
And I do want to extend out the invitation to you, Carlos, and Jason. And actually, you know what? Screw it. The whole effing table. Not next Friday, but the following Friday. I would love for you guys to come out to With the Side of Chaos, have a little fun with us, shoot the shit with us, and
Yeah, I'd love to.
see
Yeah.
how it is on the other side of the table.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I'd
it.
love to, man. I'd love to be a guest.
That'd be
And
great.
if you guys are into trivia, I will be at Graffiti Junction Wednesday,
Wednesday the
July
14th.
at 8 p.m.
PM.
You see, the shot is really getting to me.
Which one?
Moderation.
Thornton Park. Who is that bitch? I don't know moderation.
I don't either.
So yeah, I'm going to be giving out over $100 in prizes. There's going to be gift certificates given away and other prizes as well. So come out to Graffiti Junction in Thornton Park, 8 p.m. You could play by yourself, or you could bring a team, and you can have some good fun and win
You can
some
play by
cool
yourself.
prizes.
So,
Sorry,
Can you
you
play
said
with
what?
yourself?
I like to play with myself at least twice a day.
Just so you know, the broadcast
Same.
will be live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you play with yourself, you're going to get me blocked.
I like to do it twice a day, not because I want, not because I need to, because I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you got to make sure it's still there.
Yeah. Keeps me sharp between the ears. Dude, last thing I gotta say. So my son calls me the other day because he's an idiot, and he goes, hey, Dad, I'm gonna, he's gonna be going someplace, and he goes, they made me this dude on the infantry. He's an infantryman,
Right.
so he goes, I'll be the first guy on my block get a confirmed kill He go, and he starts laughing, and he goes, "Dad, that's from Full Metal Jacket." So I hung up on him because don't fucking call me to tell me a quote from a movie that I showed you. You know what I mean? What a fucking idiot! Who's your dad?
No, that isn't.
Who is your dad, man?
Right.
Like I'm like fucking quoting me a movie.
Who's your daddy?
I should get it. I need to find an Eskimo man in Alaska to hit him in the face
You
when
should
he says stupid shit on the phone.
just call them up.
Hey man, you got anything else left good for the order there,
You know
man?
what? Just, thank Johnny's Filling Station
Yeah,
for us to
absolutely.
hang out
And
here and
Jamie.
have a great time.
Hot ass.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
New
Cool.
home.
Hi, Carl.
Yeah. New,
We love you.
Is Carl on there?
He just
Yep.
said Carlos something or other.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Get
Get
Carlos on
Carlos.
social media.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Dude, Carl
In a
is
roundabout
the man.
way, he's
You
there.
know, we're gonna have some. I actually got to call Carl. We gotta get this competition shit on the way.
Come on,
But,
Carl. Come be
yeah,
a guest.
We're gonna, but we get Carl on there, man. Carl's a demented human being.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the dude. Hey,
Nice.
I'm gonna tell you this: if there's something I don't know, it's in a book. Carl knows
He does.
exactly
Yeah.
where it's at.
Mm.
And that's the dude I call. Like, Carl, where's this at? He goes, well, that's page 72. You want me to pay 72?
Yeah, you didn't read the footnotes?
Nancy Carolyn book?
Come on.
Yeah, it's like box A14.
right
Here it
there.
is. That dude is good, bro. We used to compete with Carl, man, and like, damn, like nobody could get us on some shit. Carl go, no. There it is.
That's right. It's right here.
I love that dude, man.
Sweet.
Oh, man, baby, you got anything else?
I don't.
You're very beautiful.
Well, thank you.
You look
And
amazing.
Doc on Monday, be there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Monday. We'll
And,
see you live
yeah.
a couple times.
That's right.
Everybody else, watch your
We're
cornhole.
done.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.